And deep for the Tigers, including Kyle Walker, a speedster, the younger brother of the quarterback. Kyle's a sophomore. He is the deepest. It'll be Evan Dunkel who will be kicking off here first today. A windy day here, but the rain has stayed away. We're glad you're with us on WSJD Princeton, Mount Carmel, and we are set for football. Still waiting for the signal from the officials. I think we've got everything squared away. Almost kind of waiting for the TV networks on an NFL game here.
On UPN 12.
That's right. I think we're set. Herrin clad in their road orange lettered white tops with the black pants. Mount Carmel in their maroon.
Well, we're waiting for this clock, and instead of clearing it down to 0, Tim Walks is letting her run down, isn't he?
Well,
that just adding to the atmosphere here, Scott.
The crowd stand, and they're jumping in the stands. Herrin has side. They have filled the stands on this side. We've got a packed house here at the stadium. It's Herrin, the Tigers. And here comes Dunkel, and the kick, and the game is underway. And it will bounce to the legs of up the ball, and he is stopped immediately and around the 20-yard line and came dangerously close to losing the football. Herrin takes over there.
Boy, he went down to almost one knee, and Blake Witzman came in and put a hat on him in a hurry. He showed a little excitement there. That's something Blake Witzman usually doesn't show much of. These guys might be jacked up here, ready to go today.
Well, isn't he something? Just look at this Herrin offense. It is a wild one. Potentially, anyway. A wing and a wide out to the left side, a wing to the right side, and the quarterback is Brad Walker. 1,300 yards to his credit this year. And no flags. Everybody holds their spot, and a handoff. Right side goes the running back for about a yard or two.
And that's Mazer.
On the carry is Mazer. He is a senior. He's in the backfield along with Alex Robertson and Ryan Cravens.
Offense, what the Aces run, it's that flex bone.
The quarterback, Brad Walker, calls now a gain of 2. Man in motion, handoff, ball carrier slides left side. Luke Drone helps wrap him up. He's also brought down from behind. Lewis on the carry was Mazer, the 5'10", 170-pound senior. Give him 1, 3rd and 7. Here at Riverview Stadium, lights are on here. If Mount Carmel wins today or Benton next week, and we'll keep you up to date on that game, which is also just now underway. One wide receiver checks out wide to the left side. Couple of wings, one setback. Man in motion, and the quarterback wants to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket. He puts it up for grabs. In fact, he throws it away. Nobody around, and it's incomplete. 4th down. There actually wasn't a receiver anywhere. Cheeseman was the closest for the Aces. And the Mount Carmel rush provided that complete pass.
Well, actually, it's a pretty heady play, Scott. Just nowhere well covered out there in the right. Backside receiver was well covered. And again, what you're going to see, the difference between their offense and ours, Luke Drone reads. It looks like it's a pre-called set.
And here's the snap. Herrin with the first punt, almost blocked. He got on it. It bounces now in front of the Aces, Michael Brewer. He'll let it roll down at the 46. It's down. Start to the game. Well, Rick Johnston, you said in the pregame, in a game like this, when the teams are, I'd imagine it's defensive, the breaks of special teams, and field position that decide these things.
Today, based on that wind, now if you're sitting in a press box with us, the Aces are going left to right. The wind is coming out of the back to the north toward the concession stand, and I mean, it's a gale force wind. Hang on up there, Craig Spencer, huh?
Anderson checks out wide to the right side. It's Summers and Morris of the wingbacks. Bust the setback. First down. Drone keeps himself running him. Now he's stood up and dropped it around the 50. Gain of 4 by the Aces QB. 2nd down and 6. Rushing wise, Drone one of 4 backs that are very balanced for the Aces. 5, Ryan Morris at 6:59, Summers at 5:54, and Buss at 5:45. Extreme.
What jumps out of me that stat sheet, Scott, is we got 4 guys all averaging 6 yards a carry.
Is lining up a receiver to the right side, and that backs in the flex bone. There's a man in motion. Drone turns it up himself, and almost. He's brought down at around the 45-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Still short though. It's a short 2 at that. Now Carmel on their first drive of the day. Herrin forced to punt. Finished 2nd to West Frankfort in the Ohio division of the River to River Conference. Now 3rd and short. Each way, tight to the line. Anderson, the wide receiver. Now Morris in motion and drone hands off. And powering his way is Bus. First down. Down to the 39-yard line. First down run of 7 by the Aces fullback.
Well, like I say, Scott, when your fullback is averaging 6 yards a carry and he's leading you in rushes, I mean, that means the line is just doing a tremendous job. And it also means you've got such good balance, like you alluded to, that they just can't key on one guy. And, boy, again, this offense has been very, very efficient.
Line of scrimmage now, the Herrin 39. It is 10 for the Aces. They go into the offset now. Drone changing the play. Has a wing to the right side and a receiver that way as well. Here's a handoff. Ball carrier pounds. That's Bus right side. Inside the 35. Stacked up at around the 34. Call it 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 from there for Mount Carmel. This is the 3rd meeting between these two teams. All 3 have been in the playoffs. Herrin won in 1990 in the 4A playoffs. 33-0 at Herrin. The Aces won in 1993 in the 3A playoffs, 41-12. And that by Herrin over the Aces stood as the only Herrin victory ever in the postseason until last week when they defeated Massac County. Herrin is 2-6 all times in the playoff. Now back to the flex bone of the Aces with Anderson checked out wide to the right side. Closer to 7 for the Aces. Drone takes the snap, hands off. The Bus is spun forward to around the 36-yard line, called the 37, and it will be now 3rd and 4 for the Aces from there. The crew today officiating: Dick Dietz, Bill Biggerstaff, Ted Knapp, Larry Campbell, and Roger Grumley. Very experienced crew assigned to this game by the Illinois High School Association.
And it's been my experience that Dick Dietz, I don't think there's ever been a game been an upset. The higher seed usually wins when Dick Dietz is officiating.
Well, Mount Carmel is the higher seed today. Let's see if that holds true. Backs on the bone. Backs on the flex bone, rather, and Drone keeps himself. Turns it up. First down. Running room inside the 20. Right to the 20-yard line goes Luke Drone. That's a first down run of 12 yards. Call it more. 13 to the 19-yard line.
Well, again, Scott, you see both defenders out there really trying to feather that option out. And Luke just reads that, gets a little bit of a block at the end of the line, and boom, turns it up. He's got great wheels.
The strong side now, the left side. That's where Johnston and Schock and Hamill reside on this play. The wing both ways. Summers wing left. One man in motion. Morris, and Bus gets the call. Powers left side. Dives forward inside the 15-yard line to around the 13-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play, and the Aces continue to power the ball down the field. 2nd down and 4. Boy, what a tough league the River to River is year to year. And just think, if we were to join the River to River, this would be a regular season opponent for us.
There you go.
Only 2.5 hours away.
Thank God we're going the other way, huh?
That's 2 trips to Jasper and back again, and more. 2nd down, handoff, ball carrier powers forward, pushing hard, inside the 10, down inside the 5. Tyler Bus gets the Aces 1st and goal. A run of 9 yards on the play.
Kyle Walker on the tackler for the Tigers.
And this, Rick, is impressive the way the Aces look up front.
Well, I tell you what, we just came out with the wind. We haven't thrown the ball once. I mean, we're just walking up the field.
Hanley and Keefe side. It's Arnold at center, and here's Drone optioning himself, trying to turn it up, dives for the end zone, and he didn't make it. He's close. They mark him down at around the 1-yard line.
Boy, he's got to be close. Bill Biggerstaff's right on that, too. He's one of the better officials at Southern Illinois.
Drone denied, a yard away, less than that now from the end zone, and Mount Carmel threatens to score in its first drive. This drive started at the 46. Remember, we got good field position, and we have taken advantage of it, maybe.
Well, how many people have carried the ball here in this opening drive?
Oh, my. 1,
2, Bus and Drone. That's it.
Yeah. Down, less than a yard for the touchdown. Drone sets it down, the back's in the straight T behind him with Johnston in there. Handoff, Summers gets the call, touchdown! Mount Carmel leads, Jake Summers. With a 1-yard run, his first carry of the night, it's for pay dirt, and Mount Carmel on the board first.
Boy, when you say impressive, that's exactly what that was, Scott. I mean, we just marched down the field.
54-yard drive exclusively on the ground. We didn't have to even go to Luke Drone's arm.
10 plays.
6-0 Aces, 5:58 to go. Opening period here at the stadium.
Well, if that doesn't send a message.
Whew. With all the talk about the arms, it was the legs and the hands that got the job done here in the first drive. Now Brewer holds for Luke Drone. Here's the snap. Ball down. The kick is up. It is partially deflected and still good enough to get through the upright zone, and it's good. Aces lead Herrin 7-0 back in 60 seconds. This is Aces football.
7-0.
A new age is dawning where everyone is free to set their own course, to travel their own path. And when the course is blocked or the path uncertain, there's a friend nearby who can help clear the way with the insurance plan we didn't think we could find, the mortgage we didn't think we could get, the investments we know we need to make. Solution: Union Planters.
We were there when you were struck. I'm so sorry. With the adventure of driving. The joys of marriage. The pride of home ownership. So now that you've discovered the rewards of a growing young family and you need more life insurance coverage than you can get through work, there's still no one better to talk to than the State Farm agent you've always trusted to care for your car, your home, and you. State Farm is there for life.
Here's the kick by Dunkel. Taking it around the 11-yard line. Working upfield, 15-20. Cracked hard is the return man, Travis Caliper. And Herrin takes over from the 25-yard line. So Herrin has the ball now following the kickoff return by Caliper. They go to the 26, and Herrin takes over from there. Well, the Aces lead 7-0. Aces have trailed only briefly in one game this year. Now the Tigers widen their formation out a little bit. The flex bone, two wide receivers, and now another man in motion. A handoff countering back to the right side. Open field for the running back, and that is Alex Robertson. Finally stood up and dropped across the 40. He falls forward to the 43, and it's a first down. A run of 17 yards by Robertson.
Well, I can tell you this, Scott, not very often do they go against the alignment that they just gave us, and I know what our keys are defensively, and that goes against what we've been looking for here.
Playoff football where the coaches change things up and give you things to look at, huh? And now the Tigers split the receivers, one setback, two wings, Walker under center, and an inside handoff this time, and there is a host of aces to bring him down. Lewis and Johnston on the stop of Matthew Mazer. Gain of only one, a short one at that, 2nd and 9. Again, shoutcast.com is where you can pick up the broadcast today on the internet.
Do a search for Golden Aces.
And go from there. Winamp is the player, so you probably got it on your computer. 2nd down and 9. And there is an inside reverse. And we got it. Wayne Hamill fell on the football. And the Aces have it as Ryan Cravens had it stripped after the inside reverse. The Aces have the ball at the Herrin 48-yard line of the first turnover of the day.
Well, they tried to come back with that same misdirection play that got him, that netted him the 18 yards while ago, Scott. And somebody got a hand in on the ball like you alluded to, and they put it on the floor.
The Aces pick it up. Hamill on the recovery, and Mount Carmel has another great start. And if you're that front line of Herrin, you're going, uh-oh. We've got to stop them now. Aces, after their score, get the ball right back, and they lead 7-0. 4:53 to go. Herrin had the ball for only a minute and 2 seconds. Thereabouts. Now Anderson checks out wide to the right side. One setback.
Strong side left.
And now Morrison motion that way. There's the pitch his way. He's got some running room to the 45 outside. Run down finally at the 42. Give him 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 from there. Morris's first carry of the day. Ryan Morris with 659 yards. The Aces averaging over 410 yards in total offense per game.
Gain of 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 now for the Aces.
2nd down. Lee Anderson's going to check out wide to the right side. Drone still has yet to throw a pass, and he hasn't needed to. One setback, 2 wings, and now Bus gets the call. This time they slide through and make the stop. Still, Drone got a yard, and that's the first time Herrin has slowed him up. 3rd down and 3 now.
Yeah, been knitting in there shooting the gap that time on that fullback dive, and excellent play defensively.
That goes for the run it until they stop it category, and maybe they're starting to respond, and we've got only about 100 more tricks in that bag. 3rd and 3. Now the Aces check Anderson out wide right, strong side left with the backs in the flex bone, 2 wings tight, and the setback is Buss. And now Drone follows Buss, who left. Man, he got a good start. Luke Drone getting near the marker on that carry, inside the 40 down to the Herrin 38-yard line. He's within a yard. Well, they may measure. So it's that close. 3:35 to go here in the first period of play. Second round of the Class 4A state tournament. Thanks for joining us. And I guess we must add from all around the world today. It'll happen quickly. We've already gotten several calls to the station. People are scrambling, getting on their computers already.
Well, again, and that's part of that business communications class. Is why we're able to do that, Scott. And it's part of that learning experience that we're trying to create a situation for our kids to get a lot of different medias. And so we've been experimenting a little bit with that.
You know, we're not bragging when we say Mount Carmel has the best business technology program perhaps in the tri-state. It may just be factual as opposed to just some bit of braggadocio on our part. You would not believe the computer usage in Mount Carmel High School. And those in Mount Carmel and Wabash County should be extremely proud of that. More computers in the school up at the top of this hill than there is at Castle, which I've always been amazed at.
Yeah, that's true. There's over 300 at the top of this hill, Scott.
4th down, less than a yard for the Aces. Drone keeps and plunges as he was short on that measurement, and he's got the first down there, though.
Look at that line push. Just going on the quick count. As soon as his hands hit the center, boom, it's gone.
And with that, they move the chains. To the 37 went Drone, gain of 3. And it is 1st down and 10 from there for the Aces. Mount Carmel leads 7-0. A 1-yard run by Jake Summers after Buss and Drone had carried every play before on a 54-yard, 10-play drive. Now the Aces line it up strong side to the right. One wide receiver. And the backs are in the flex bone. There's a handoff, and Buss powers his way to the right side again. Inside the 35, down to the 33. Give him 4. And it is 2nd down. Call it 5. 2nd and 5 from there.
Kind of appropriate that train comes by, blowing that train whistle when the old T-bus gets rolling there, huh?
You know, Herrin has a little locomotive design, one of their displays that they have here before the game, and the only thing chugging right now is Tyler Buss of Mount Carmel. 2nd down and 5. It's Summers left wing back. He's in motion, and there's Drone keeping himself, and they power on him right now. They read that one right. Even though Drone faked the give to Tyler Buss. He still got a couple, did Luke, to around the 30. It'll be 3rd down and a long 3 from there for Mount Carmel. How about Evansville Rights? They didn't fare so well last night. They met their maker at New Albany. And revenge also for Jasper last night. They beat Vincennes Lincoln in the Indiana Class 4A game. I had a chance to visit up there last night. We are in the Big 8, of course, I guess already for football now. We've been kicked out of the NEC. 3rd down. And here's Summers countering back up the middle. May have a 1st down. Rolls forward to around the 25 to the 24. And a 1st down. Okay, we haven't been kicked out of the NEC.
No.
We kicked ourselves out. We bolted for a new league. 1:57 to go. Am I getting myself in deeper?
Was it about a 6-yard run there?
Yes, it was. Boy, they're excited about us coming in over there, too. I figured there'd be Snickers in the deep background of the Hoosier schools, and they're excited. They're worried about us in football, and why not, huh? Drone gives a pitch to Ryan Morris, tries to get outside, cuts it up, and got a few yards. Nice little effort. Herrin had read it pretty well, but Ryan Morris did a good job of jumping inside of his man. Give him 4 on the play all the way to the 20-yard line, and this drive continues, 2nd and 6. Darren Peach, in his 2nd year at the helm, he has a record, an outstanding record, of course, in his 2nd year. Finished 2nd in the state last year of 22-2.
Right. Well, he's got about the same record as the head coach at University of Miami, isn't he? In his 2nd year as well.
Just about right.
Lost once.
2nd and 6, and now a little jump by Herrin, but they stayed put on their side of the line. Buss gets the call, powers forward, dragging a couple Tigers with him, all the way inside the 15-yard line, down to around the 14 and near the marker. It'll be 3rd down, but not much for the Aces. No, it is enough for the 1st down, signals Dick Dietz. So a 1st down for Tyler Buss. Give him 6 on the play. I was going to say, Peach has 24 games under his belt as a head coach. John Helmick of Herrin has 38 playoff games under his belt. He's been at it a little bit longer. Here now is Jake Summers' handoff. He just goes right up the middle.
Jake Summers.
And how many did they give it? Probably 2. Yes, to the 12, second down and 8. Now, Carmel, boy, this would be a huge score here to get this much up on Herrin early on.
Well, this defensive line by Herrin's kind of doing a lot of jumping around. What do they call that, stemming or whatever? I don't know what they call that now, but they are jumping around, moving around right before the center of the ball. And, you know, a lot of times if you don't fire out and you go find somebody, and even if it's wrong, go hit somebody, you end up just kind of standing up. And that last play kind of looked like that a little bit.
This will be the final play of the first quarter. We're down to 5 seconds. Drone sets the ball club down, sends a man in motion. Bus gets the call. Johnston leads the way. Finally, Herrin comes over and covers him. Inside the 10, he's landed around the 9 or the 8. It'll be third down from there. That's the end of the first period of play. Your score here in the second round of the Class 4A playoffs. Mount Carmel 7, the Herrin Tigers nothing. Back to the Snake Pit in 60. This is Aces football.
At the First National Bank, our name hasn't changed since 1906. In today's banking industry, that's pretty rare. We take pride in expanding our services and products while remaining the friendly hometown bank people prefer. Checking and savings accounts, competitive loan rates, convenient drive-through, 24-hour ATM, a real community bank. Our heritage and commitment are found in you. The First National Bank with locations in Mount Carmel and Allendale. We're here for you. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Wabash General Hospital is pleased to announce their newest service, Convenient Care. Convenient Care offers patients the opportunity to access non-emergency medical care from skilled physicians after regular doctor hours and for about the cost of an office visit. Simply arrive at Wabash General Hospital's emergency room during the hours of 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays or noon to 9 p.m. on weekends and holidays and request a Convenient Care service. Convenient Care at Wabash General Hospital.
Morris left early. And it'll cost the Aces 5 yards. Don't see that very much. Outside the 10, we walk to around the 14-yard line. That may be the first penalty of the game on either team.
It sure is.
It's 3rd and 10 now for the Aces.
That's an easy one to call there, too.
Yeah, Morris just took off wrong count. And now Anderson checks in, and here comes Blake Witzman. What do you think?
Here comes our spread offense, huh?
This may be the first pass of the game. Aces going against the wind.
Either that or maybe a little midline option here.
Here in the second quarter. Let's see what happens. There's Anderson checking out wide to the left. Brewer and Witzman to the right. One setback withdrawn. And here is Drone. He's going to keep himself after faking the handoff outside to Morris, and Luke dives to around the 11-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down and 7.
Even against that spread offense, they kept 4 linemen in, went to a 4-3 set, went to a zone look. So, you know, look for our coaches to pick up on that.
As problematic as our kicking game is, don't even think about it. 4th down and 7 from here from the 11-yard line. And we'd be going into a gusting wind anyway. We're on the left hash marks, and here come the Aces. That spread look again. Here is Witzman. Crowd roaring. He's the slot to the right side. Brewer, the wide receiver. L.A. to the left side. One setback and Drone out of the shotgun. Fakes a handoff. Back. Looks. He's looking for Brewer. He fires that way. Instead, underneath the Hamill. Will he get in? He got it! Touchdown! Wayne Hamill! The official had to come over to make sure he was right on the goal line. Hamill stretched out, trying to make it as he curled to the right side after the catch. Touchdown, Mount Carmel, and the Aces lead 13-0. What a play.
And we talked, Scott, about this deep strike passing attack, and that's something you and I talked about off air early before we went on the air tonight about when are we going to go, or do we have that underneath passing route? And boy, there again, you see just Wayne coming loose underneath. Those backers trying to get out that we alluded to in that 4-3 set, and Luke found the open man that time.
Now here is Brewer holding for Luke Drone. The Aces try to tack on the PAT. Here's the snap. Ball down. The kick is up, sailing to the right, fading to the right, but still good. And Mount Carmel is 2 for 2 in conversions, and the Aces lead Herrin 14-0. Back in 60, this is Aces football.
It's a great time for a game with the friends, but make sure you're in the right place. SafeElectricity.org wants to remind you to stay away from substations and other electrical equipment. If the ball goes over the fence, leave it there. Get adult help and call the power company. No matter what you're doing, play it safe around electricity.
This safety message is a service of Mount Carmel Public Utility Company.
Everyone at Lamac Engineering would like to wish the Golden Aces a great season. Lamac Engineering Company, providing complete civil engineering, construction, and surveying services to the Wabash Valley since 1938. Lamac Engineering is located in Mount Carmel and Princeton. Their staff includes professional engineers and land surveyors. Lamac provides complete civil, municipal, transportation, and environmental engineering services. For all your engineering needs, contact Lamac Engineering, 323 West 3rd Street, Mount Carmel. Call them today, 262-8651. Here is the kick handled by Alex Robertson. He's brought down near the 30-yard line, and that's where Herrin will take over, following the Aces' second touchdown of the day, an 11-yard pass, the first of the day from Drone to Wayne Hamill, good for 6. Now Carmel leads 14-0.
Yarber and Deming on the tackle. Robertson.
And Luke Drone just keeps adding to that total, huh? It doesn't just, he's got amazing stats.
Career pass, touchdown pass number 53 for Drone, 28th this year. Now 1st and 10. See what Walker does. Brad Walker for Herrin. He hands off, first down, not much there for the ball carrier. Nick Winters gets up off the stack. Who on the primary that would be? Judd Lewis. Boy, has Lewis come on. Gain of 1 with the ball carrier. Lewis is the leading tackler on the Aces squad with 108 tackles. Nick Winters at 85. Then comes Cheeseman at 54, Drone at 53. Herrin quickly up to the line, second down, wings both ways. One receiver to the right, flex bone. They're looking on a slant pass. He's brought down.
Yep.
Nope, they say it's an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass, so no sack on that play. The official quickly up to make that call. His arm was in motion, looking on the slant pass for Kyle Walker. So it's 3rd and 9 now after the incompletion.
And that time Kevin Smith brought the backer that time, and he brought the heat that time, didn't he? He blew that play up from a start.
On that front line, well, we've gone through the lineups, but Nick Nolan and I think Cheeseman could have a great day today. There has been a mismatch detected unless Herrin's responded to it. 3rd down, and out of the shotgun is Walker with a slot to the right, backs up and throws an underneath pass, and the running back trying to get some running room. He's going open field now to the 40, 45, down the left sideline. He's ahead of everybody. Will we catch him? Finally we do. We drag him out of bounds all the way down to the 29-yard line. On the catch, Michael Rollop, and he kept rolling. He did. What a run.
But as soon as the ball centered back to the quarterback in that shotgun, Scott, the outside receiver started running on the inside route right straight back to him. That's just a little inside flank or screen, and everybody caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Everybody cracked down and built a wall back to the other side.
A 41-yard pass play and a rollop on that screen. Now a handoff, and not much for Alex Robertson there. Aces brought him down inside Judd Lewis for the stop and a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. A 41-yard pass play, the first big play for the Tigers. And I'll tell you what, Rollop, the 5'8" senior, did a good job of running after he caught that ball. He actually dropped back. He was a wide receiver, dropped back off the line and took it underneath, and then started his forward motion. The pass wasn't that long at all. Now 2nd down out of the shotgun is Walker. And he throws, slant pass, caught, receiver dropped, hit hard, but he still held on to the football. Nicely done by Michael Gavick. The reception all the way down to the Aces, 18 and a first down.
That might be one of the best catches we've seen this year. I mean, he caught that with a guy hanging on him. Difficult catch behind him. Just a great catch.
An 11-yard pass play, and the Aces cracked him hard, but he held on. We hit him high. And he didn't, that football didn't jar loose. In fact, it was a little bit of a high snap to the quarterback out of the shotgun there, too. It almost sailed in the wind. They do have the wind to their back. Receivers are split. 2 wings, 1 setback, man in motion, and a handoff. No, instead Walker fakes. He fakes again on the pump. Now he throws on the run for the back of the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown! Great catch again by Gavick in the end zone against Brewer. A 17-yard catch for the touchdown, and Herrin's on the board.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to give credit to the quarterback there. They call the bootleg pass. He looks at the receiver, and Michael Brewer has him covered big time. I mean, big time. The kid just bides some time. The receiver kept going on his route. Just a great job that time. Just a great job that time by the receiver and the quarterback.
And the extra point brought to you by Oakview Heights in Mount Carmel. Herrin on their first score, a great catch in the back of the end zone, 17 yards from Walker to Gavick. Brewer on the coverage, but Gavick did a great job against it. Now they're going to try for the point after. Here's the snap, ball down, and the kick is up, and it is right through the uprights. And on the kick is Gavick. And now the Tigers are on the board. It's Mount Carmel 4 and Mount Carmel 14 and Herrin 7. Back in 60. This is Aces football.
When a coach builds a winning team, he uses quality players. When local contractors start a job, they rely on Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel for quality ready-mix concrete. Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel is the only area concrete producer certified by the National Ready Mix Association. Engineers and local industry like the power plant and Toyota have come to depend on Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel for quality concrete ready mix. It's the most concrete idea in town. Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel says, pour it on, Aces. Come in to Robert Walter Furniture for a great deal on a good night's sleep. Robert Walter Furniture Company has a complete line of bedding with name brands including Spring Air, Park Avenue, and Symbol. In-stock sizes include twin through queen. Robert Walter Furniture even carries the never-turn bedding. And at Robert Walter Furniture, special orders are always welcome. If you're needing new furniture, head to Robert Walter Furniture, 526 Market Street, serving Wabash County since 1868.
Blake Witzman takes the kickoff at the 10-yard line. It dives just across the 30 to around the 32, and that's where the Aces take over. Your score, 14-7. Herrin on the board now with a 6-play, 69-yard drive, highlighted by the pass from Walker to Gavick, and they're on the board.
Now, my daughter told me on the way back from Indianapolis this morning that we need to say the score more on the radio. Why? She said, why don't the football announcers give the score more often? So you got to do that.
Oh, I tell you, that's a never-ending complaint. We work hard at it over the years, so we apologize if we don't do it enough. And the ball carrier, the handoff on first down. Was no handoff at all. Yes, it was to Ryan Morris. He gets across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Well, we need to answer the bell here, Scott. You know, this starts to become a playoff situation here, which we haven't seen this year. Somebody comes and counters, and we got to come back with a little counter punch.
Now Drone sets the ball club down with the receiver to the right side. He's changing the play now on second down and 6, man in motion. And he keeps it himself this time, turns it up. Didn't get much out there. Herrin responded quickly after they gave him a look. And he got only about 1 on the play. It's third down and 5. Line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line.
And Herrin did a great job stringing that out that time. Really read that play well and jumped on the pitch man. Luke had to pitch it up, and very good defense. It's like that series on offense really picked this defense up for Herrin.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tussle today, as you might imagine, in a battle between the North Egypt and the River to River. Lee Anderson checks out wide to the left. We've got more of a spread look this time. Witzman and Brewer go to the right side. Drone calls the signals and fakes. Now he wants to throw. He's looking for Hamill underneath. He's got it. The tight end does. He breaks free from one guy, falls forward to around the 49, and that's a pass of 11 yards, good for a first down. Another underneath pattern.
Well, you got 2 receivers out there, twins. They're going to run the guy off deep. Here comes Wayne from that tight end position on a little 7 or 8 yard out, and they're not covering him at all. I mean, they're just covering the deep route, so they're giving up the underneath routes today.
So Drone has now thrown 2 passes and has 22 yards in the air so far, including the 11-yard touchdown flip. Both receptions by Hamill. First and 10, line of scrimmage, the 49-yard line. Drone out of the shotgun. And this time he hands off. Morris counters back to the left side, tries to get away from one. And now he's light tackled and brought down at around the 47. That was a hard-fought 2-yard gain by Ryan Morris. Maybe 3 on the play. Call it, you want to call it 4?
Let's give him 4.
Second and 6. Excellent run considering by Morris. Line of scrimmage now, the Herrin 47-yard line. So we're on the Tigers' end of the field now with 7:05 to go. First half of play. Mount Carmel 14, Herrin 7. Again, shoutcast.com. Head to your computers. We're on the net today for the first time all year, thanks to that fine technology program at the high school. Now Brewer checks out wide to the left, and two other receivers go short side to this side, and Drone operates out of the shotgun, pulls it back, wants to throw, has time, fires over the middle, pass caught.
Nice.
First down inside the Herrin 35. Witzman on the catch to the 32. And a gain of 21 on the pass play.
And you got two receivers running just the same route exactly. Wayne underneath. Blake is about 7-8 yards deeper than that. You got Brewer running off far just on a go out in the flat, and just a well-delivered ball. Great catch by Blake that time.
And in its most simplistic form, it's this. They expect Brewer to catch the ball, so we're throwing everywhere else. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 32. We've got so many kids who can catch the ball. Now Witzman and Lee Anderson check out wide left, Brewer wide right. One setback, thrown out of the shotgun again. Same formation, and he pulls it back and keeps himself right side, running room. He dives for the first down marker inside the 25. I don't think he made it. They will put him down to the 23, and he's very, very close. 2nd and 1. Nice run by Drone. So the Aces mixing it up more on this drive. Their first scoring drive was completely on the ground and was completely drone and bust.
And then
the
second drive was the same way. I mean, we drive it down and throw the touchdown pass late. So
Summers 1-yard scamper on that first drive netted points. Hamill caught a pass for a touchdown. Now the Aces line it up. Again, two receivers on the right side. Drone keeps it again this time. Gets outside to the right. Now he's hit hard. He's got the first down, though, inside the 20, down near the Herrin 19-yard line. Give him about 4 on the play and a first down, and the drive continues. 5:29 to go, first half. Aces lead here over Herrin, 14-7. Herrin beat Flora earlier this year, 63-20. It was a surprisingly close game through the first half. In fact, I think it was 20-20.
Yeah, but I think Herrin didn't play their starters much at all in that game once they get up by 3 touchdowns.
And now here's Witzman and Brewer checking out, and Anderson checking out wide left, receiver to the right, one setback, and here is Drone. There's the pitch. Ryan Morris, the running back, running room, and he gets underneath, pounds his way inside the 10, still going, down to the 5-yard line. Ryan Morris rolls as far for a first down and a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal for the Aces. Line of scrimmage, the Herrin 6-yard line. 5 minutes exactly to go. They'll move the chains, and now the clock rolls. Aces trying to get that cushion back on the board. They led by 14 earlier. Wind really blowing, as you can hear.
And when we talk about being able to throw a counterpunch, we're swinging hard, aren't we?
We're doing it right now. Let's see if we can finish it off. Aces spread it out. Morris, one setback, Drone on the shotgun, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And he gives the pitch to Morris with some blockers leading the way. Ryan tries to angle in. He's getting close. Dives in. Made it. Touchdown. 2nd effort. Morris, what an effort. Aces lead 20-7. He was not going to make it until the last minute. He kind of angled his body and pushed himself forward and got across the line.
And I'll tell you what, that was all Ryan Morris. We didn't particularly block real well out there in the flat that time, and he just was not going to be denied.
4:34 to go here in quarter number 2. Aces lead now 20-7. How long on the run?
6 yards.
6 yards on the run. Now the Aces will try to tack on the point after, going into a stiff 25 to 30 mile an hour wind. Brewer holds for Luke Drone. Here's the snap, ball down. The kick is up. It's fading to the right. Looks like it's still good enough, though, and it is. And we are 3 for 3 in conversions today. Aces 21, Herrin 7. This is Aces football.
Oakview Heights.
Charlie's Collision and Customs does body work and only body work. Pure and simple, because when you have an accident, getting your car repaired right the first time is the most important thing to you, and it's the most important thing for the professionals at Charlie's. They use top quality equipment to restore your car to its pre-accident condition. Free estimates, insurance work, glass repair, and free pickup and delivery. That's Charlie's Collision and Customs, 1/2 mile off West 3rd on Kniep Road in Mount Carmel. Call 262-5976.
Show me the money. This is Rodney Bishop of Bishop Motors inviting you to stop by and check out our fine selection of used cars, trucks, and vans.
You'll find quality program vehicles from major manufacturers at Bishop Motors, plus vehicles as low as $24.95. Our quality selection and prices can't be beat.
Show me the money.
Remember to show him the green because Rodney needs the money.
Stop by and see Rodney at the temporary location of 121 Walnut Street in Mount Carmel.
Show me the money.
A high kick by the Aces, taken by Kyle Walker. He falls down. He slipped on the turf and went down at around the 23-yard line. So not much there. And Herrin takes over. The leaves tumbling off the trees, some of them landing on the field today. A beautiful fall afternoon, for football anyway.
And when the Aces are ahead, it's always a beautiful day, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. Morris on a 6-yard run has given Mount Carmel a 21-7 lead. We've got Aces trivia. We'll have the question for you here in a couple seconds. Stand by.
Well, and you think you know the answer, right?
Oh, no, we know the answer to this one.
All right.
First down and 10. Walker out of the shotgun for the Tigers. Has 2 out deep. Throws that way on the fly down the right side, and he can't quite run under it. Gavick, who caught the touchdown pass earlier, he had a step or two on Brewer. The ball was thrown too far ahead. It got caught up in the wind and sailed too far. Second down. Okay, tonight's Aces trivia question. Playoff football now. When was the last time Mount Carmel lost a home playoff football game? And who was it to? The year as well. That's what we're looking for. The last time Mount Carmel lost at home in the playoffs. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Walker sends a man in motion. Kyle Walker kind of had an angled kind of run-up, didn't he? Now they come back and throw that pass to Walker. He tries to get some running room and does. He gets outside again to the 40, 45, 50, down the right sidelines. 1 man left. He gets by him. Touchdown, but there is a flag down. There is a flag down. That same play that they had big success with on the last drive. That little underneath throw. And then the angle run, but let's see what the call is.
Let's go call offsides.
Motion, Herrin, wipe it out. Well, they caught, who was that running that little, it was Alex Robertson who started forward and really was angling forward before the snap, wasn't he?
Well, he went forward about 3 or 4 steps and then kind of went out in motion, and it was a good play on his part after he made the mistake. But
and they didn't seem to whistle it then, but then they threw the flag. The official thought about it and goes, wait a minute, he can't do that.
Yeah.
So actually, it's a good call in the end. Wipes out a run of 82 yards. Catch and catch. That's what I want to say. 82 yards. So now it's second down. And what are they arguing about?
Oh, Mr. Knapp's over here making sure he's got control over everything.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know if the coaches from Herrin are upset. But they didn't get away with it in the end. They almost did. Robertson actually went kind of an angle forward, but that's still forward. Well before the snap. Second down now here are the Tigers, 2nd and 15. And here is the quarterback. There's a little pass inside to the receiver, Rollop. He tries to then work, and Summers grabs him down for another loss on the play.
Nice play,
back at the 15-yard line. Now throw into the back as he came in towards the quarterback as he took the pass.
What's that same flanker screen out there, Scott, where they bring everybody down the line and try to crack back against the grain and bring that receiver back across the field? And that time Jake Summers really came from the backside there. Great takedown by Jake.
That's the 3rd or 4th time they've used that now. 3rd and 17 for the Tigers. Receivers going each way. One wing stays back there, and quarterback Walker in the shotgun. He backs up. Appears to have time. Does. Fires on the fly. Into coverage. Picked off by Doherty. The Aces with the interception at the 48-yard line. Ahead of the receiver. The Aces had 3 in coverage. Walker unleashed it anyway, and Doherty picked it off. And the Aces have another great start at their own 48-yard line.
I'll tell you, had he been able to put it in the air and put some air underneath that, the receiver was behind the defense that time, Scott, and he kind of threw it on the line, threw it more like a BB, and Clint Doherty was able to get the hands on that. That's a good reception as well.
3:24 to go, first half. See if the Aces can take advantage. They can take a huge lead in this game, or they can capitalize now. They go out in the spread. Out of the shotgun is Drone. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Hand off. Morris. He's cracked hard and dropped at the 48. That had a little shoulder pad pop to it, didn't it?
That middle linebacker is a big old boy here in the middle. Number 88, he takes up some space in there, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's Christopher Apple, 6'3", 225, a senior. Gain of 2 with the ball carrier, 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage, the 49-yard line. Aces lead 21-7. We're inside 3 minutes to go in the first half now. Now Carmel trying to win for the 11th time this year. Again, a spread. Drone back to throw. One man in on him. Cracks him hard, but after he delivers the pass off the hands of the receiver, Morris. The heat might have caused that on a slant. Pass down the right side. Incomplete. 3rd down. I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, but at the end of one period, Newton and Benton were scoreless in that game today in Benton. The Aces with a win know they must travel next week, either to Newton or Benton. We will have hosted twice. Neither one of those teams will have hosted twice, so we go there wherever that may be. 3rd and 8. Receivers 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Wing back left out of the shotgun drone. Backs up and fires. And a pass is picked off by Apple at the 45. Running him down the left side. Flag down on the play, though. Apple run out of bounds. A Herrin interception. And around the Aces 30. Well, let's see what the flag is. Holding. So Herrin's going to get the football. But the officials have yet to make the official signal. And they're going to talk it over here. They mark Apple down at the 25-yard line. That big guy what he's talked about has drone through it well short. Apple the only one around the ball. And the Tigers will get their best start to a series today. That's only the 7th time Drone's been picked off all year. Decline the penalty, Herrin does. And 1st and 10, the Tigers have it after the Christopher Apple pickoff at the 24. Man, he's a bruiser when he gets the ball, doesn't he?
I'll tell you what, he did a nice job getting back in that deep zone and out of that linebacker spot, and Luke just couldn't get over his head. He's about 6'3", looks like.
And now the quarterback, Brad Walker, 6'2", 185, a senior, sets the ball club down. Who's he going to pick out? Nobody. He's going to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. Touchdown? Maybe. He's right on the goal line. Didn't make it. Into the 1, though. Doherty on the stop. That's Gavick again on the catch.
Quarterback does a nice job really hiding the ball, Scott, and he fakes that little handoff, puts the ball on his hip, and that receiver out there, Gavick, he's done a nice job today running those routes.
1st and goal. That Gavick's a whale of a receiver, isn't he? 6'4", 185, a senior. How many yards on that pass?
21.
21, and now the Tigers line it up. 1st and goal from the Mount Carmel 3. They want to get back into this game. Here's Walker. Sets the club down. Hands off. Ball carrier pounds right side. I don't think he made it. Judd Lewis and a host of aces over there to stop Matt Mazer, the 170-pound senior, short of the goal line. He makes progress to around the yard line. The 1-yard line. We're inside 2 minutes to go in the half. It'd be a big touchdown for Herrin. They would carry some momentum into the second half. Gavick looks like he's hurt.
Yep.
He hobbles out of the action. Looks like he'll be back in, though. And it is Walker. Will he keep it himself this time? The right side of that line looks to be the biggest. Let's see if he steps behind it. Nope, he's going to hand off. Mazer has the touchdown. Herrin back on the board again. Mazer, a 1-yard run over the right side. And Herrin closes the gap to 21 to 13. Mount Carmel with 1:39 to go in the half. An exchange of turnovers. A pickoff by Doherty, but then Apple's interception leads to points for Herrin. And the Tigers are within 8. Now they're going to set to go for 1. And it will be, trying to kick, Brad Walker. .139 to go, and a huge uplifting score for the Tigers, and they tack on the point after. The score now, Mount Carmel 21 and Herrin 14. This is Aces football.
It's not just about making plans. It's about making a difference and taking an interest, not just earning it. At Edward Jones, it's about more than investing. It's about knowing you.
My every hope, my life, my world, it all begins with a dream.
Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
See your local Edward Jones investment representatives. Mark Wackel, 602 Market Street, and Matt Pargin, 1204 Oak Street.
In Mount Carmel, see State Farm agent Kenny Sachs at 736 North Market Street, 263-3663.
I have served as your goal.
Looks for running room. He's upended. Nice tackle with the Tigers at around the 22, so the Aces get 2 on that little swing pass. 2nd and 8. Clock running, 1:25 to go here in the first half. Aces 21. Herrin 14. Great crowd on hand here, as you might expect. And a great crowd from Herrin today.
This is a great atmosphere. It's electric.
Johnston City didn't bring too many people last week. Smaller town. Aces send trips to the left side again. Drone now back to throw a pump fake over the middle. It caught by Brewer. Spins on his man. First down, though. The Tigers stay with him and bring him down. They're going to mark him all the way to the 34-yard line. Is that a flag down? No, I thought there was a flag down. 12-yard pickup. Quickly, the Aces up to the ball now. Wait a minute. The official signaled a timeout, didn't he? Yeah, they're moving the chains.
There's a flag.
There is. The flag blew way off the field.
You're doubting me, aren't you?
Well, I kept looking, but they weren't looking like they were going to signal something. Aces hustled back up to the line. I don't think a lot of them saw the flag either. And what'd they call it?
Movement.
Movement, okay. Just a motion call?
Yeah. I think it was on our receiver out here, Roger Grumley on this side. I think once he got it up in that jet stream, it took it.
Yeah, the flag took off. The players didn't see it. I don't think many of the fans saw it. And the players hustled back up to the line, and the officials go, wait a minute. Okay, we'll wipe out that last play, the pass play, and take us back all the way to the 18-yard line. 2nd and 15 now.
That was a big penalty there.
Yeah. Now we're inside a minute. And we're back at our own 18. The Aces come out with trips again to the left side. And now Drone's back. Who's he going to pick out? Again, he looks for Witzman. He's got it. Witzman gets out of bounds and around the 25.
Gain of 6.
Yep. And that stops the clock with 48 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 14. Excuse me, call it now 3rd and 7 for the Aces. TV 12 replay. Same night coverage tonight. You can watch it at 7 o'clock tonight on TV 12. We have Warrior basketball tonight. Wabash Valley versus Southwest Missouri West Plains. Tough ball club. 7 o'clock at Spencer Sports Center. 6:45 for the broadcast.
You're the hardest working man in the business, aren't you?
See if I got a voice at the end of that.
There you go.
Here come trips to the left side. It's Doherty. It's Morris. It's Anderson. And Drone looks that way. Swing pass to Ryan Morris. Can he get outside? And he does. He's driven out of bounds. In fact, he gets out of bounds at the 31-yard line. He was kind of out there on his own as the blocking didn't really develop. Herrin was snuffing it out. Still enough for the first down, though, to the 32, so they move the chains. 43 seconds to go in the first half. 21-14, Mount Carmel. Herrin has scored once by air, once on the ground. Aces, 2 scores on the ground, 1 by air.
Well, here you just don't want to make a mistake into that wind. You just want to be conservative, but yet
5 in pattern for Drone now, and he picks out Witzman. He's got it on the catch to the 40. Did he get out of bounds? Down to the 44-yard line.
Now they're waving a flag.
Okay. And 35 seconds to go. It is enough for the first down anyway. It's a 12-yard pickup.
We got timeout.
Now a timeout called by the Aces. The chains will move, and it's a timeout. We're going to take a 30-second break here. We'll come back. 35 seconds to go in the half. Aces 21, Herrin 14. This is Aces football.
A new age is dawning where everyone is free to set their own course, to travel their own path. And when the course is blocked or the path uncertain, there's a friend nearby who can help clear the way with the insurance plan we didn't think we could find, the mortgage we didn't think we could get, the investments we know we need to make. Solution, Union Planters.
We were there when you were struck. I'm so sorry. With the adventure of driving. The joys of marriage. the pride of home ownership. So now that you've discovered the rewards of a growing young family and you need more life insurance coverage than you can get through work, there's still no one better to talk to than the State Farm agent you've always trusted to care for your car, your home, and you. State Farm is there for life.
Mr. Morris gets outside. He'll go out of bounds and around midfield. Not too much on the pass play, but he did get 5. Second down and 5 from there. Just on this side of the 50-yard line. We're down to 30 seconds to go, and it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Aces.
Well, just about the time they're going to bite on that little bubble, we're going to hit one big long here. So, and Luke's got the arm to throw into that wind.
I don't know who has the better arm here, but I know the Herrin coaches during all their pregame talk said, well, even though Drone doesn't have as good of an arm as Walker, they're confident in their kid. We're confident of ours, I guess. Second down. There's a fake bubble screen. Is he going to go long now? He's chased out of the pocket. Now he throws long. Down
there
the
he is.
Brewers got it. Down to the 10. Down to the 5. Timeout, hopefully, for the Aces. He caught the ball and dove for the end zone and got to the 6-yard line. The clock stops with 20 seconds to go. A pass play of 44 yards. You called it, Rick.
Faked that bubble to the short side of the field toward the press box, and he spun right back around, and I mean threw a bullet for about 35 yards into the teeth of that wind to Brewer, who got behind the corner on that far side.
Now the Aces call the timeout after an electrifying pass into the wind and sort of across the field to Brewer. A 45-yard pass play. Just inside the 5-yard line sits the nose of the football. We'll keep it here. And we're down to 20 seconds to go.
Now, is that the first Brewer catch of the day? It is. He has caught it, but we got pulled back on a penalty. Wow.
Well, we said it earlier. We've been throwing the ball at everybody else, figuring they're looking for Brewer, and this was a perfect opportunity here. And you called it right on the nose, lull him to sleep with these bubble screens, and then go for it. And the Aces now have the ball 4.5 yards away from the end zone, but only 20 seconds to go. Now we've got, what, 1 timeout left?
And you can't say enough about the protection Luke got that time. He was able to fake the route, and that line held out. You know, they keep dropping those backers back, not firing people for about 3 or 4 possessions in a row, and that allows those guys to say, well, we can gamble here a little bit. And boy, Michael Brewer, with the wheels he has, he just ran right by the corner over there.
All right, the Aces over near the sideline with Darren Peach. Official blows the whistle, and so the play clock starts, and here come the Aces now over center. Drone, 4 yards away, crowd roaring. He hands off. Bus gets the call, and he dives a second time, closer, didn't make it. He's to around the 2.5. The Aces stop the clock with 15 seconds to go in the first half, and Mount Carmel a tantalizing 2 yards away from the end zone after the run by Tyler Bus. So close, and yet so far.
Okay, so what do you do here, Scott?
This reminds you a lot, doesn't it? A different situation, of course, but a kind of a do-or-die call, like Addison Driscoll.
Well, you've got to maybe let Luke make a play here. You got to do a little bootleg action. You got to get him out in the flat, maybe draw Wayne Hamill out there in the flat, a little underneath route. But some kind of play action here where we can kind of roll here. Or do you go to the spread? Do you just go spread, run that midline option on a goal line?
Or do you have enough chance if you run him? He's short. You get up, spike the ball. You may still have a second or 2 left. Do you try that stunt? There would be enough time to run a play, get up and spike the ball, but not much.
Nope.
And then it would be 4th down. Interesting scenario here.
We got less than 2 yards to go.
All right. Both sets of fans stand. Huge play.
Everybody's tight.
Second down. No timeouts left. Handoff Summers. He's wrapped up. He didn't make it. Clock running. Can we get up and spike the ball?
Get down.
Or run a play? We're down to 5, down to 4. Herrin taking their time getting up. 3, 2, 1. Oh, they fake an injury. Oh, they're going to get a big boo from the crowd here. Herrin would not get up off the line. The officials didn't wave the clock stop. Now the coaches are arguing.
Well, Herrin's coming out with football saying it's their ball here, but
yeah, he came out with the ball. There's a flag. He deserves it. He deserves that. He's 15 yards out of the field complaining. Boy, Herrin, that was an unfortunate circumstance. They just played the lazy guy getting off the stack routine. And they let the clock run down. The Aces should have had plenty of time to get up and run a play. But their guy stayed on the ground, and then the official threw a flag from way beyond where the coach was. Well, what did they call? Did they just wave it off, or what did they do on the penalty? Now, wait a minute, guys. We got to decide what to do with the penalty here.
It's going to be half the distance. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. Well, don't you think they deserved it? I know the officials are showboating.
You're in a playoff situation.
No. He was not getting up off the field. Something should have been done with that player. He was faking it the whole way. And then the coach was arguing. Now, the Mount Carmel coaches are screaming, too, over something now. What are they yelling about?
They threw it at the coaches.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was on the player, but something they should have stopped the clock, and they did, because that was an obvious attempt to get the game into half.
Luke's they're trying to get our guys down in the stance right now, because as soon as they snap it in, we got to throw it down.
Let's just run a play. Let's just run a play. We don't have time to snap it, do we, and throw it? The clock says 1 second to go. We got to be taking an opportunity here to just run a play.
Yeah.
Because it won't start until the snap, right?
Right. We can't ground it.
Well, let's just run a play.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's what we're faking them into this, and that's what we're going to do. Maybe that's what we're making them think that's what we want to do. And meanwhile, the discussion still goes on. Ball's down. There is no question that Herrin kid stayed on the ground. Then he came up acting like he had the football.
And we got Johnson in the backfield here.
Yeah, I guess you don't blame him. He's a high school kid, but there's no way that should have been allowed. And now they're going to put time on the clock. Oh, that's going to enrage the Herrin fans. They're going to put time on the clock now. And you know what? They probably should do that, to be honest with you. They probably should do that, because there were 3 or 4 seconds when the kid would not get off the ground. The officials are in charge of the game. That isn't a bad call, but it's not going over well with Herrin. There is no question it was deliberate on the part of the Herrin player, though, to get the game into halftime. Then...
Yeah, but hey, we're not going to start this play with the official over here.
Yeah, it looks like they are. What's going on? Now, the official just now coming back. Mount Carmel's lined up. We've got 3 seconds on the clock now. The Aces line it up in the straight tee.
That's third down here.
It is third down. It says second on the scoreboard, but it's third down, and here's the handoff. And the ball carrier didn't get the good handoff. Did he make it? No! They say no! Summers crossed the goal line, but they say his knee was down. He did not get a good handoff, and they did not allow the score. So the wildness continues. And Herrin came away with that bunch of malarkey with a bit of momentum, believe it or not. A terrible act on the part of the Herrin kids, and yet they get the momentum out of it by then stopping Mount Carmel on the next play. Well, how about that? The Tigers get a huge lift going into the locker room, and they didn't deserve one speck of it. Halftime, Mount Carmel 21, Herrin 14. Back in a moment.
At the First National Bank, our name hasn't changed since 1906. In today's banking industry, that's pretty rare. We take pride in expanding our services and products while remaining the friendly hometown bank people prefer. Checking and savings accounts, competitive loan rates, convenient drive-through, 24-hour ATM, a real community bank. Our heritage and commitment are found in you. The First National Bank, with locations in Mount Carmel and Allendale, we're here for you. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Wabash General Hospital is pleased to announce their newest service, Convenient Care. Convenient Care offers patients the opportunity to access non-emergency medical care from skilled physicians after regular doctor hours and for about the cost of an office visit. Simply arrive at Wabash General Hospital's emergency room during the hours of 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays or noon to 9 p.m. on weekends and holidays and request a Convenient Care service. Convenient Care at Wabash General Hospital.
.org wants to remind you to stay away from substations and other electrical equipment. If the ball goes over the fence, leave it there. Get adult help and call the power company. No matter what you're doing, play it safe around electricity.
This safety message is a service of Mount Carmel Public Utility Company.
Everyone at Lamac Engineering would like to wish the Golden Aces a great season. Lamac Engineering Company, providing complete civil engineering, construction, and surveying services to the Wabash Valley since 1938. Lamac Engineering is located in Mount Carmel and Princeton. Their staff includes professional engineers and land surveyors. Lamac provides complete civil, municipal, transportation, and environmental engineering services. For all your engineering needs, contact Lamac Engineering, 323 West 3rd Street, Mount Carmel. Call them today, 262-8651. Well, the Tigers will be kicking off from our right to our left. Aces have two deep, Witzman and Morris, and here is the kick into the wind. It gets hung up a little bit. Morris comes up and retrieves it to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, outside 35. Now cuts back up the middle, still going, 40, 45 to the 47-yard line. An excellent return by Morris, and a 27-yard return. Another great start for the Aces. We've had good field position most of the day. Aces lead 21-14. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to WSJD Princeton Mount Carmel. Luke Drone comes out to take the ball club through one touchdown pass in the first half, an 11-yard flip to Wayne Hamill. Sets the club up with a flex bone with the receiver to the right, one man in motion. And Tyler Buss gets the call. And he is stacked up as he rolls left side. Give him one, maybe two to the 48. Second and 8 from there.
Would be interesting, Scott, to look at the number of carries per quarter that Tyler Buss gets. Like, for instance, today he had 9 carries in the first quarter, had 1 in the second quarter. And, again, when we go to that spread offense where we've got all those receivers all over the field, obviously he's standing on the sideline. So it'd be interesting to see how we come out here. It looks like we're going to come out and try to go ball control like we did to start the game.
Anderson checks out wide to the right side. Drone keeps after a fake, turns it up, gets across 50, 45, near the marker, may have it. See where they mark him. Yep, first down run by Luke Drone all the way to the Herrin 43-yard line. So we'll give him 9 on the play. And a first down. The Tiger mascot down here, when I saw her, I'm assuming it's a she, when I saw her come in.
It looks like a female tiger.
Yeah, she was holding her tail. And I don't blame her with all the wet spots on the track, but she's letting it go now. She's a full-fledged Tiger now. It's 1st and 10 for the Aces. Backs in the flex bone with the receiver to the left side. One man in motion. Drone hands up, ball loose. Drone looks like he has it. He caught it on a bounce as he was rolled under. Tyler completely lost it, and Herrin almost got it back.
Tyler got rocked just as he handed the ball off. And again, luckily, fortuitous bounce that time for the Aces, huh?
Fortuitous.
You like that?
Yes, and that's the perfect description, because we were lucky to get it back. Second down and 10, which is basically what you were saying.
Yes.
Second down. Man in motion, Drone's back to throw. Who's he going to pick out? Fires a little soft launcher from Morris. He's got it at the 20, 15, 10, dodges one man to the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds at the yard line. A pass play of 37 yards from Drone to Ryan Morris. He couldn't get the man to get in, then help arrive from the backside for Herrin, and he's brought down, but only 5 yards away there. First and goal for the Aces now. 10:24 to go, third period. Aces lead 21-14.
I mean, you call it whatever you want to, hotter than a firecracker, hotter than a Pop-Tart. I don't care what it is. Drone's on fire. That's 7 in a row.
Drone now hands off. No, keeps himself, turns it up. He's around the 3. 2.5-yard line, somewhere around there. We'll see where they spot him. And it'll be second and goal from there. I don't think he made much. Nobody's give him nothing on the play. Second and goal. Nice stop by the Tigers. Here comes Lee Anderson checking out wide to the right side. It's Summers and Morris, the wings, and Buss the setback. Jones sets the club down strong side left. Man in motion. And there's the pitch. Morris got some running room. Can he get in? Turns it up. Slides in. Touchdown! Ryan Morris on the 5-yard run. And the Aces lead 27-14 with 9:44 to go here in quarter number 3. Second touchdown by Rhino.
Well, Jake Summers had just enough of a scrape out there on that outside that allowed Morris to cut back to the inside and reach pay dirt.
And this extra point is brought to you by Oakview Heights. Aces are 3 for 3 today. Can they make it again? It'll be Brewer checking in to hold for Drone. And here comes the snap. It's down. There's the kick. It's up. And it is good. And the Aces are 4 for 4. Mount Carmel leads Herrin 28-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Aces football.
When a coach builds a winning team, he uses quality players. When local contractors start a job, they rely on Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel for quality ready-mix concrete. Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel is the only area concrete producer certified by the National Ready Mix Association. Engineers in local industry like the power plant and Toyota have come to depend on Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel for quality concrete ready mix. It's the most concrete idea in town. Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel says, pour it on, Aces. Come in to Robert Walter Furniture for a great deal on a good night's sleep. Robert Walter Furniture Company has a complete line of bedding with name brands including Spring Air, Park Avenue, and Symbol. In-stock sizes include twin through queen. Robert Walter Furniture even carries the Never Turn bedding. And at Robert Walter Furniture, special orders are always welcome. If you're needing new furniture, head to Robert Walter Furniture, 526 Market Street, serving Wabash County since 1868.
We'll tell you about it in just a minute. Aces lead 28-14, and Mount Carmel will be kicking off. And we might be offsides, but they don't call anything. Here's Evan Dunkel, a bomb away. It bounced to the end zone with the wind to his back, and it's a touchback. Well, here's the correct answer to our Aces trivia question. After we tell you that Larry Lutzen is getting that tee off the field. And here he is. Okay, now have him turn the radio on. Here's Red Fortner. Have him turn the radio on. That was the Larry Lutzen tee retrieval. Way to go, Larry.
Brought to you by C&D Automotive this week.
It's even sponsored, big guy. There, Larry heard it. We've been waiting to set that up. All right. 1st and 10. Herrin sets the club down. Flexbone look with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, so they've got more of a spread than the Flexbone now, and Walker calls.
Down.
And the ball carrier slips out. And let's see where they mark him now. You know, I'm not so sure. You think he went down?
Yep.
I know he was close, Robertson was, but they mark him down for a Lawson, too. So apparently his knee went down. He slipped out on the turf down to the 19-yard line. 2nd and 11. Correction to the trivia question. We'll get to that after this play. Maybe many of you caught it. The last playoff team to beat Mount Carmel in Mount Carmel.
What was the year?
97, not 95.
Don't give the team.
Now Walker sets. He wants to throw on the run. Little square out pass is to Robertson, incomplete off his hands. Looked like he had it, but it got away on the coverage over there. Bus and Drone backing him up, incomplete, 3rd and 12.
I'll tell you what, if these aren't the best 2 quarterbacks in Southern Illinois, they're close. Yeah. This guy's got a good arm. He's pretty mobile. He's pretty crafty back here. His ball handling skills on that fake, Scott, are pretty good. So this guy's one of the better seen, if not the best next to Drone.
Yeah, he's probably the best we've seen from an opponent this year. Walker now under center on 3rd and 12. Has receivers split both ways and backs up. Well, they're in on him, and he's dropped. Nick Winters got him. A sack. He was almost untouched around the backside at the last minute. One of the linemen tried to save the day, but couldn't get it done. All the way back to the 12-yard line. And that'll create 4th and long. 4th and around 18 now for the Tigers on the sack by Nick Winters. Cheeseman leads the way at 8.5 sacks. Lewis has 4. Nick Winters has got one on the punt. High snap in the end zone. It's loose, and it's booted out of the end zone. A safety. The ball is booted out of the end zone. The punter tried to retrieve it on a high snap. It left the end zone to the backside. That's 2 points for the Aces.
Actually, Gabby threw it out of the back of the end zone. Probably not a bad play on his part.
You think he did? You think he did?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He tapped it out of the back of the end zone.
2 points as opposed to, well, if he'd have held on to it, it would still been a safety, but as opposed to perhaps 6 by the Aces.
Well, that snap was just way over. I mean, just too high, and that's probably not a bad play by the punter there.
So a bad snap. It was loose in the end zone, and a safety for Mount Carmel makes the score 30-14. 8:28 to go, and we'll get the ball back on a free kick. So bizarre play there.
Now, you got to
the
go
long
back.
snapper with the back, with the wind to his aid.
Right, he got it up in that jet stream. It took off on him. Now, I'll tell you what, Scott. You have to go back in your computer now. When was the last time that we scored a safety?
No, don't
Come on now.
I just missed once already today. Don't get me going now. I don't even think Glendon can figure this one out based on what I've got on my desk. But Glendon Young went back and looked up all the scores and found out that actually what we'd mentioned was incorrect. It was not 95 DeCoin, 97 Vandalia was the last time the Aces lost in a playoff game here. 97 against the Vandals.
And that might have been the last loss period that we've had here.
I think it is, yeah.
Is that not true?
Because we didn't lose any last year or this year.
Unless somebody corrects that, too.
Yeah, which they're bound to do. Yeah. All right. So the free kick will occur from the 20-yard line. Mount Carmel leads 30-14. The winner of this game gets either Newton or Benton next week, and those two are scoreless.
And we're working on that score right now. Glenn is calling them, so at the next break, we'll have that score.
He's efforting right now. On top of that, the kicker now must deliver the goods into the wind. They do have a tee set up, so he's going to kick it like that. But you're allowed to kick it any which way you want. And there's the bounce in front of the return man, and it's bobbled by Morris. Picks it up at the 32, 35, 40. Tries to work to the middle of the field. He's rung down and dropped there. The progress, let's see where they mark him. Should be to around the 42, and that's where they'll set it up. So a 10-yard return of the free kick following the safety. And Mount Carmel has the football, first and 10 of their own 42. 8:22 to go. Third period of play. Mount Carmel leads Herrin 30-14.
It'll be first and 10 for the Aces at their own 42-yard line. First and 10, Mount Carmel.
And the Aces set it up from there. This could almost be a game put-away drive here. And here is Drone handing off. Tyler Buss rams into his own lineman, steps to the right, gets a yard or two. Outside to the 44. Second down and 8. Yeah, they're hooting and hollering over here on the near sideline. I think the Herrin fans saw something.
Well,
I'm not sure what it was.
Drew Hanley didn't like that low block that time, and I believe when he got up a little bit, he gave the guy a little bit of a shove. So we'll pull him over the sideline, let him talk a little bit, get his head a little bit level, and get him back in the game.
You did that with me at halftime.
Well, you know what? I'm just returning the favor of the many times you've done that for me.
Second down and 7. I kind of lost my cookies off the mic here around halftime, but you'll never find out the details. Second down and 7. Here's Drone. He has time. Fires long for Morris. He reaches up and can't quite get it, as he was covered well by Mazer down near the 30-yard line. Incomplete, third down. And that ends the Drone streak.
Yeah, he completed 7 in a row to that point, Scott. And we're probably fortunate we didn't get a clip or a block in the back coming around that right end or that left end that time, because we may have gotten away with one there.
So it's third down, line of scrimmage, the 44. Mount Carmel 30, Herrin 14. Huge crowd on hand here today.
Third and 7.
Now the Aces come out with trips to the right side, empty backfield, 2 to the left as well, and Drone backs up. He's flushed out. He's on the run. He fires on the run. Pass caught by Witzman. He turns and heads upfield to the 40. Down inside that mark to the Herrin 37-yard line, and that's a first down pass play of 19 yards for the Aces. And a first and 10.
We just led the receivers out there again, and Blake just sets down about a 10-yard route there, and with Luke running around back there, he's going to find you if you just keep running. And well, good completion that time by the Aces.
Brant Arnold at center on this particular series. He also started tonight. Strong side left. Anderson checks out wide to the right. Backs in the offset now, and there's a handoff to the tailback. Summers skates right and drag. Oh man, was he brought down hard. Almost neck first at around the 31-yard line.
And he just pops up off the ground and walks back to the huddle.
How do you do that, Jake? Gain of play, 2nd and 4. One of the Tigers is hobbling out now. Halston Miller, 5'10" junior. Yeah, I'm glad they have a tiger for a mascot. You know, a lot of schools don't have mascots. Well, we don't have a mascot.
Well, we don't have one that dresses up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a mascot story here in a minute.
Second down. Here's Summers up the middle. Plenty of running room. Maybe a first down inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. A gain on the play of 7. Enough for the first down, and the drive continues.
Got an email from Abby White at U of I. the Golden Aces made a list of a writer up there in the student newspaper talking about the best mascot names in the state of Illinois. He talked about, hey, how about the Golden Aces? We rated like 4th on his list. He said, you know, what bad connotation is there of ace? And then golden, hey, that just make you play harder and play better just by the name itself.
Well, it seems to work that way. First down for the Aces now, and Drone hands off and cutting back to the right side, and inside counter Jake Summers. And he gets a yard or two. We'll call him down at the 23-yard line. Gain of 2. What I would like to see is the Rock Island mascot, the Rocks.
Well, when I was at Rockville, Indiana, that was our nickname.
Really?
Only it was R-O-X.
Really? How about Shoals, Indiana? The Jug
Rocks, yeah. No, we're not going to go there.
Okay, you don't want me to tell the rest of that story, do you?
No,
okay.
no.
Not today.
That's not G-rated.
I'm sorry. Second down 8, but it's a true story. I can't believe it. Second down and 8. Here's Lee Anderson to the right side. Backs in the offset, and here's a fake by draw. Now he pitches to Morris. Left side, he's pushed out of bounds. In the 20 down to the Herrin 18-yard line. And a gain of about 5 on the play creates 3rd and a long 3. Call it 4 for the Aces. 5:22 to go, 3rd period. Aces 30 and Herrin 14.
And we've been very good on 3rd down conversions today, Scott.
And here's one now. It's a bit of a tester. A long 3, almost 4. And the Aces line up in that flex bone. Strong side left. That's where Hamill sits down. Set back behind Drone is their bus. Man in motion. And wait a minute. Let's whistle this play down. A flag on the play. So they stop the play. And it is on the Aces. A procedure call. Costs us 5 yards, and that makes it 3rd and 8. It'll march it back outside the 20-yard line. 5:20 to go. TV 12 replay of the game tonight at 7 o'clock, fans.
It'll be 3rd and 8 now.
Well, 3rd and 8. Put the ball in the hands of your money man, your money player. See if we go to Brewer here.
All right, here is Brewer checking out wide to the right side. That's where Witzman is. One setback. And there is Drone back to throw. Look. And he throws underneath the Hamill. He's got it. He's brought down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Give him 9 on the play. And maybe enough. Let's see. On the play to Hamill. We've used him a lot today. First down, Aces. A play of 10 yards from Drone to Hamill. More underneath stuff than we've seen all year from Luke Drone.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aces now.
And then we bring our stable of backs back in, so we'll jump back into that flex bone look.
Johnston and Schalk on the left side. That's where Hamill is. On the right side, it's Hanley and Kiefer. Lee Anderson checks out wide to the right side. Backs in the flex bone. And Luke pitches to Morris, who is in motion. He cuts it up. He could get in. Flag on the play. Touchdown, but it isn't going to count. It's going to come back. A flag on the play.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
The touchdown run's going to be wiped out. So now each team will have a score negated. Holding on the Aces.
What did he call? I mean, he was already by the man. I mean, he had to call that on Jake out there, but...
Yeah, because Jake reacted, too. He knew it as soon as... And he reacted as if he didn't think he'd done it.
He must have got an arm locked with him or something as the guy spun, but boy, oh boy. That had no bearing on that play whatsoever.
But a penalty it is, and it wipes out the score, and they'll bring it all the way back to the 20-yard line. Now, it is 1st and about 15 or 16 for the Aces. The second penalty on this drive. And now we're going to bring our spread guys in. Here comes Anderson and Witzman. Buss and Summers check out. Jake has a touchdown tonight. Tyler Buss does not, believe it or not.
And we're just backing them up to get in our zone here.
All right, that's what we're doing, huh? Aces have one setback, drawn out of the shotgun. Fakes to Morris, sets, rolls right, looks for Morris, and he's covered. He gets rid of the ball underneath. It's tipped around and almost picked off. Almost picked off by Kyle Walker, who wants that try back. He figures he should have had it.
Well, there's not a throw that Luke doesn't think he can make, and Sometimes confidence can do bad things to you, and boy, he tried to throw one in where there was just nowhere to go.
Yeah, Brewer was covered long, and he tried to go underneath to Witzman, and he was well covered by Kyle Walker. The ball was tipped. Walker had the best shot at it for Herrin. Incomplete. That's the best result Mount Carmel could have hoped for on that play. 2nd and 15. Line of scrimmage remains the 20-yard line. Have to go to the 3, actually.
And you got to like them playing Brewer out here one-on-one with Craven.
5 in pattern, empty backfield, drawn under center, backs up, now looks left. Passes off the hands and threw it too hard for Anderson, who leaped for it, incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down. The drone will get in these little mini slumps where he'll go wild and he'll miss 2 or 3, and then he gets cranked back up again. And he'll find his range. It's tough, though, going across the field with the 25-mile-an-hour wind to his back and coming back against him angle-wise.
Well, there aren't many balls that aren't catchable when he delivers it, and that was certainly one of them. I mean, Lee had no chance to catch that pass.
Now, here are the aces. Now they send 2 to the left, 1 to the right. That's Brewer to the right side. 1 setback stays. More of a wing right is Morris, thrown out of the shotgun. 3rd down. Luke back, has time. Pumps once, now throws. Looking for Morris. Underthrows him, and it's incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Morris down the right side around the 5. Couldn't catch up with that one. Well, I tell you what, I like this Michael Gavick, though, from Herrin. You know, we've liked our secondary this year. We haven't faced anybody as good in the air as Herrin, but any team. But we've liked our guys this year, and Gavick just flat beat Brewer on on that first touchdown.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they're doing a nice job covering Brewer. He's got 1 catch today, and they're taking Craven, keeping him to the outside, and he'll throw the hips and run with Brewer, which he can stay with him. He's a quick kid, and then they're shading him with that deep free safety. Anything over the middle, the safety's coming up on that seam route. So they're really looking to play like a 1.5 man on Brewer today, and that's been very effective for them.
4th down, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. And out of the shotgun drone. Up. He's chased out of the pocket. Now he's fighting for his life. He gets away. He's back at the 40.
Now let's go hit somebody, Bob.
Morris to the 30, 25, 20. Inside that mark and knocked down at around the 15-yard line. Well, that was 4th down, but holy mackerel, it could have been a lot worse. And Herrin gets the ball at their own 15 on the change of downs. From the point drone was driven back to, it was a 25-yard play. It doesn't count that way on the stats, but...
Actually, it's a no-gainer.
On the play.
That's a long play for no gain.
25-yard no-gainer. Huh? And Herrin takes over. Well, it's time for the Tigers now. They need points. They trail 30-14 with 4:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. We're going to see an aerial show now, but Walker's throwing into the wind. And he's a shuffle pass. It's bobbled, and it's incomplete. A little push pass forward in the middle, and it bounded away incomplete.
The ball carry on that last play from the Tigers.
And it was recovered by Mazur, so it was loose on the deck.
2-yard loss.
Now, 2-yard loss on the play, so he covered it up, 2nd and 12. So now, 2nd and long. And Brad Walker now will operate out of the shotgun. Receivers left and right. He's back. It's flushed out. On the run. Right side. Throws on the run. Passes incomplete. Over on the far right through a 2 wide for the man. Coverage by Butler. Pass intended for Ryan Cravens.
And old Jed Lewis was just breathing down his neck that time with the heat. He and Chris Johnson out there flushed him out, and I don't think I'd want those 2 big fellas running after me, huh?
3rd down and 13 now after the incomplete pass. 2nd round of the Class 4A playoffs. The Aces have won the previous 4 second-round matchups they've been involved in. Are 9-6 overall. Now out of the shotgun, Walker backs up. He's chased out. Johnston, immediate beat on him. He's in the end zone as he fires a long bomb downfield. Flags everywhere. Flags everywhere. Gavick was the intended receiver. Brewer was next to him. And they call it on Brewer, and that will bail Herrin out.
Well, we're just flat out doubling Gavick. I mean, we're just not going to, we want to be in a situation where he's not going to beat us out here. And we brought Butler all the way across to play the inside route with Brewer on that double coverage. And as the quarterback just unloaded that more or less into the wind, that was just a wild throw. When he tried to make an adjustment on the ball, their feet got tangled up, and that was what the resulting call was.
So the penalty puts Herrin in much better position now. First down at their own 30-yard line on the pass interference. The Aces fans hoot and holler over that call. Now Walker goes back to work for the Tigers. He operates out of the shotgun and backs up.
There's
fires a pass at inside screen. Oh, what a hit! Holy mackerel! The inside screen might have worked for the completion. Was that Nolan that put the hit on?
Hello.
Michael Rollip maybe knows his name.
Hello.
If he's lucky. Somebody ask him.
Now, run that play again, huh? I mean, the kid's going to be looking at Coach. I mean, let's maybe run something else, huh?
2nd and 11 after
Ouch.
the 1-yard ouch after the catch. And now Walker comes under center. Receivers both ways. Wing left. Winner stunning. Handoff, and the ball carrier got by him, but not anywhere else. And he was still wrapped up by Judd Lewis. Robertson on the carry to the 30, the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Somebody's down here.
And one of the, is that a Tiger down?
No,
it's a Mount Carmel player. Immediately, Mount Carmel officials out. Is that, well, that's a 3.
That's Mr. Singer, I think.
He's already had an injury, probably to the left knee they're looking at. If that is Zach Singer.
I think it's Chris Johnson came running on. I think Zach was trying to
they're helping him up. Yeah, he's going to hobble out. May have re-injured that knee.
Either that or cramp. You just don't know right now.
Let's hope. Let's hope. And he will be helped out by Robbie Thompson. Let's hope it's nothing worse and not what we speculate. 3rd and 11.
He's getting a nice ovation by those Aces fans over there.
And the Herrin fans applaud as well.
Yeah, they do. He's got that big old brace on there, too. Yeah, we just carry him off.
Yeah, he's being carried off the field, so they'll work on him on the sidelines. Singer missed about, 3 or 4 games, and he was so happy when he got back in. And he's out of the action for now. 3rd and 11 now for the Tigers. Line of scrimmage, the 29. Gavick checks out wide to the left side, and Walker bootlegs looking for Gavick. No, he dumps it down low instead. The catch is made. Receiver falls out of bounds and did not actually get out of bounds. The catch made by Jordan Timmerman, a 5'10 sophomore.
Matt Mazer.
Oh, okay, Mad Mazer's who they give it to. I would say Timmerman's a kicker. I thought he looked a little different. Call it 4th and 6. Gain of 5. Line of scrimmage to 34 now. And we're down to 1:58 to go in the 3rd period.
A better throw there would have resulted in a first down, Scott, too. I mean, he had a lot of running room over that side.
4th down and 7. They have to give up the football, and they do. There's the kick by Gavick. It's high, and Brewer called for the fair catch at the 36-yard line. So the Aces take over now. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Mount Carmel leads 30-14 over Herrin. And after a wild first half and a wild close to the first half, things have been kind of quiet here in the 3rd period. The Aces have scored 9 points on the 5-yard run by Morris, and the safety coming a minute and 16 seconds later. Now Lee Anderson checks out wide to the right side. 2 wings, 1 setback. And here's Drone, hands off. Ball carrier is stacked up. Not anything there for Summers. Left side of that Herrin line right there, but look who came up to lead the way. The defensive end, Alex Robertson. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Wes Robertson's not a very big kid, but boy, he plays physical, doesn't he? And when people talked about on the internet, you watch some of these sites, IllinoisHighSchoolSports.com, and they talk about Herrin hitting. Boy, a big part of that's just number 88, that big middle linebacker in there. He's an animal.
5'9", 160 is the little guy, Robertson, too, that also helped out on that play, and he's something. 2nd down, Drone, there's the pitch. Morris gets running room, cuts it up, brought down finally. At a 9, got only 3 after all that. The stop made for Herrin by Timmerman. Now I keep saying Timmerman, Mazer. And Mazer made the stop. A good enough tackle to bring him down. 3rd and 6.
And
we're down to 42 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Now Brewer checks out wide to the right side. Into that flex bone look again. Strong side left. Drone fakes. Backs up. Wants to throw. They're in on him. He fires long for Brewer. He pulls it in at the 30. He's brought down right away, but not before a great catch. A 32-yard pass play to Brewer and a first down at the Herrin 28-yard line.
But just like we talked about, Scott, they're trying to shadow him with Craven over a one-on-one and then shadow it with that safety. He got a little outside release that time, well-delivered ball, and you're not going to cover him one-on-one all night.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Aces, and we're down to 15 seconds to go, and they will let the clock wind down to end the third period. Well, at the end of 3 frames here at Riverview Stadium, Mount Carmel leads Herrin. The score, Aces 30, Herrin 14. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back. This is Aces football. Class 4A playoff game. Mount Carmel leads Herrin 30-14.
Charlie's Collision and Customs does body work and only body work. Pure and simple, because when you have an accident, getting your car repaired right the first time is the most important thing to you, and it's the most important thing for the professionals at Charlie's. They use top quality equipment to restore your car to its pre-accident condition. Free estimates, insurance work, glass repair, and free pickup and delivery. That's Charlie's Collision and Customs, 1/2 mile off West 3rd on Kniep Road in Mount Carmel. Call 262-5976.
Show me the money. This is Rodney Bishop of Bishop Motors inviting you to stop by and check out our fine selection of used cars, trucks, and vans.
You'll find quality program vehicles from major manufacturers at Bishop Motors, plus vehicles as low as $24.95. Our quality selection and prices can't be beat.
Show me the money.
Remember to show him the green because Rodney needs the money.
Stop by and see Rodney at the temporary location of 121 Walnut Street in Mount Carmel.
Show me the money.
In the fourth quarter. Now Carmel sets it up 1st and 10 from the Herrin 28-yard line. And there's Morris. He's wrapped up hard as he rolls left side. Still churns, though, and dives to around the 25. Nice run. Nice effort for 3. 2nd and 7. Johnston helping to lead the way along with Hamill. The Aces would love to keep it on the ground this whole fourth quarter.
Boy, that strong side of that line's just done a great job. I mean, you got Acree and Josh Shaw, Chris Johnson up in there, and boy, they're just moving this line of scrimmage.
2nd down, and Brewer checks out wide to the right side, wings both ways, one setback. Drone sends a man in motion, hands off, powering left side, bus. Found the going tough, the sledding. It cost him maybe a couple extra yards. He had trouble securing his footing. Brought down inside the 25 of the Herrin 23. 3rd and 5 from there, gain of 2.
Well, that time when they pulled him, as soon as I brag on him, he misses a block that time. Chris Johnson that time. I mean, when you get back to the huddle, one of those running backs might say, hey, start looking for that 88 a little bit. Chris ran by that guy that time.
We're early in the fourth quarter here. Thanks for listening around the world on shoutcast.com. Shoutcast.com. You click on the Golden Aces links. 3rd down, and there's a handoff. Bus spins to his right and gets away. He might score. He's inside the 10, down to the 8. Tyler Bus refused to be denied a 15-yard run.
Listen in the background. Listen in the background. Hear that?
That's Tyler.
That's it.
That's no train. That's Tyler Bus.
That's the T-Bus.
1st and goal now from the Herrin 7-yard line.
That rumbling you hear is that big number 41 coming right down the center of that field.
Brewer checks out wide to the right side. Summers and Morris are the wings. Bust the setback. Ryan in motion, and Drone wrapped up hard before he can get anything going. A loss on the play. Back to the 8. 2nd and goal from there. Jake Summers, a word for the official, asking him to watch something. I guess. Loss of 1, 2nd and 8. No, he's got something here on the field he's found. What is that?
Well, that's not, you know what, that's not one of those like a WWF thing where somebody's bringing a foreign object on the field, is it?
It looks like a stick of some kind on the field. 2nd down, and here is Drone back to throw on the turnout for Brewer, and underneath him, incomplete, third down.
You got a good line on that. You saw what the wind did to that, didn't you?
Just curved it.
You're right on that line.
It just bent that ball, and incomplete, third down.
That's his 21st pass of the game. He's
maybe the high water mark of the year.
Yeah, it is. It is 14-21. Of course, he hasn't played for a full game in over half our game.
He's only thrown 105 passes going into today the whole year, and in 10 games, an average of 10 a game.
I mean, his quarterback rating, if you figured that out, would just have to be phenomenal.
Now, flex bone set. One wide receiver to the right side. Drone back to throw. A little turnout. And incomplete. Nice play by the Tigers, knocking the ball away from Brewer. Otherwise, it was 6. Who was on the play?
Craven. That's it. Craven kid at 32. Okay. He's been on him all night. It's just he's done a whale of a job on Brewer. That's been a battle the whole day.
Well, it was an excellent play on defense, and that knockdown makes it 4th down for the Aces from the Herrin 8. This is probably a score that would put the game away.
Get up here, Aces
so the
fans.
Aces,
let's go here.
They want to get this touchdown. There they come. 9:20, 9:31 left in the game. Man in motion. Drone fakes to him. Pulls out right side. They're in on him. He dumps it out. Incomplete short. And Herrin will take over. More good defense by the Tigers. Kept Drone's throw short. They had some heat on him. And Herrin takes over 1st and 10. But they are well deep at their end of the field. Back of the 7-yard line. Or the 8. They're an awful long way away, 92 yards away, and they're down by 16 points. And here's Walker, lines it up. They're going to have to go to the air a lot. Swing pass outside, and Mazer had to fight to hang on to the ball. He almost lost it in mid-stride. Now flag, late hit on the Aces, out of bounds. As Mazer popped it around the 13-yard line, so the Tigers will get some more yards on top of this play. And the play was good for 5 yards. Personal foul.
It was, and Nick just a little overzealous there. Nick Nolan out there in the flat. The kid wasn't down. He stepped out of bounds, and we're still struggling a little bit, and just after the whistle.
I think what happened, too, and some kids started really getting in on him when they saw him bobble the ball, and they couldn't stop themselves. And now they mark the ball out to the 28-yard line, a 15-yard walk-off after the catch for 5 yards. And now the Tigers have it, 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. They check out Kyle Walker to the right side, a receiver to the left side. That's Mr. Gavick. He is Mr. Gavick, too. Out of the shotgun, Walker backs up. There's on the fly. Walker, he's got it at the 25. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Tigers. Perhaps the fastest Herrin Tiger, Kyle Walker. You get it to him, you're done. And they are. And Herrin scores 6 with 9:12 to go in the game. Excellent pass. Did Walker pin it on him or what?
Well, that's a perfect, well laid out there. That's 72 yards, Scott. Just a flat-out fly route, and just outran the corner that time. And and we're double teaming Gavick on the other side, as you're talking about, trying to shadow him, much like they're doing Brewer a little bit. But boy, this kid just with that wind, well thrown ball, perfect play that time.
What an excellent throw by Brad Walker. That's what the fans came to see today. He's got a touchdown. Herrin's back in the game, 30-20. Now they're going to go for 2, and Walker pulls out, looking to throw. Still looking. And now, will he decide to run? He's still around. He's still going. Now he loses the ball, and that'll end the play. So they miss on the conversion. It's a 10-point Aces lead. We're down to 9:12 to go in the game, but the Tigers have made a big play to get back into contention. A 78-yard pass play for points. It's Aces 30, Herrin 20, back in 30. This is Aces football.
It's not just about making plans. It's about making a difference and taking an interest, not just earning it. At Edward Jones, it's about more than investing. It's about knowing you.
My every hope, my life, my world, it all begins with a dream.
Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
See your local Edward Jones investment representatives. Mark Wackel, 602 Market Street, and Matt Pargin, 1204 Oak Street.
In Mount Carmel, see State Farm agent Kenny Sachs at 736 North Market Street, 263-3663.
Only 9:12 left. Aces will get the ball here. Morris will kick. Casey Morris booms one into the end zone with the wind to his back, and the Aces will take over on the touchback. I saw a whale of a running back last night, I must tell you. We're going to have to deal with in the future. He is a freshman, Luke Schmidt of Jasper. He is a dandy. He's a banger, a pounder. He doesn't have any physique like Brad Haywood, but he runs like Haywood. He's a tailback. He is going to be a monster.
Well, he's had 2 older brothers go through their programs, just been rock solid as well. Do you think this Walker to Walker has ever done that in the backyard at all, huh?
Yep. I don't know if their yard's that long, though.
Man, that's a big old field they've been playing in.
That was an excellent play. Just a perfect pass.
Well,
now,
it's 50 yards in the air.
Drone sets the club down, hands off. Ball carrier Tyler Buss powers up the middle. The Aces' goal here is to hang on to the football and take some time off the clock. Give Buss progress to around the 23, 2nd and 7.
Well, now's where we need this, just a long scoring drive, obviously, Scott, and control the clock and walk away with this thing. And in the playoffs, we've got to be able to do those things. We know we could, you know how we talked about before during the season. You know, used to it was, okay, somebody's going to stop the run. Can we throw it, right?
Yep.
Well, now we've got to decide, hey, can we run the football?
And we did exclusively on the first drive. Let's hope we can do it again. Aces in that. Everybody tightens up a little bit on the flex bone. Look now, a lot of motion jumping around, and they throw the flags. Is it on Herrin or is it on Mount Carmel? The Aces go walking. Looks like it's against the offense. Well, Herrin needs 10 points. They need 2 more possessions. They would have the wind to their back in any field goal attempt that would be needed. And the procedure calls against the Aces.
I think that's our 7th penalty.
That's a lot. We had 5 last week, and that was a lot. In the first round win over Johnston City. Inside the 20, they march the football all the way to the 18-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Aces with 8:17 to go in the game. Aces send out 2 to the left side, 1 to the right, 1 setback with Drone, and he gives a little shuffle to the left side. Now Morris gets some running room. He's upended. What a tackle. Nicely done. And that is...
It's a Walker kid again.
That's Kyle Walker. He does it well on both sides. Ryan, I don't know if he's hurt a little bit or got a cramp. He gets up trying to walk off a cramp. And around the 19 or the 20-yard line, it's 3rd and 11 from there. Morris does go back to the huddle, though, so apparently he's walked it off. Aces 30, Herrin 20.
It's a big play right here now. I mean, 7.5 minutes to go. This is a big play.
Tigers have momentum based on their last score on their last possession. They'd love to get the ball back. Herrin fans making some noise. Anderson checks out wide to the left side. 2 in pattern to the right, including Brewer. Out of the shot. Hands off. No, fakes. And now throws to the right side. Pass caught by Hamill. And he's brought down right on the yard marker. Close, but not quite there. It'll be 4th down.
We got it.
Oh, okay, we got it? Yep, we do. The better spot by the official gets us the first down by that much. What a big play for the Aces.
Give him 12 yards on that catch.
And that's exactly what we needed. And not a yard more. And that underneath pattern worked again to Hamill. He was rolled on the tackle. That's what he got the first down off of.
Boy, he's become so sure-handed, too. I mean, he's just been rock solid with those hands.
At the 31-yard line, the Aces continue the drive. We're down to 6:56 to go in the game. Aces by 10 points. Now Buss tries to sweep left side. With the big boys leading the way, but Herrin fights in there and brings him down at around the 33, gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Well, we've had a big battle inside here. Winner goes to the 3rd round and will play either Newton or Benton, and we have no idea who will prevail in that one. It is 6-6 in the 4th quarter. But we do know if Mount Carmel wins, the Aces go either one place or the other. 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage the 33. Hamill forms the strong side left. I think Cheeseman's into the game at wing right. He is. And there's the pitch to Summers. Rolls to the right side. Not much there to about the line of scrimmage and beyond. As remember, Ryan Morris was hurt, so Cheeseman has taken over as a wing. Gain of 1, 3rd and 7. Mark him out to the 34. And we're down to 5:57 to go in the game.
Another long third down conversion play again. Will we come back to that underneath route again?
3rd and 8 now.
Or do we go with that little bubble? Now we come back to the spread formation then.
Well, Buss and Cheeseman check out, so we're going to go to the spread, and Lee Anderson checks out wide to the left. Brewer and Witzman to the right.
Timeout.
And a timeout called by the Aces. We're down to 5 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the game. Let's take a 30-second break. Your score, Mount Carmel 30, Herrin 20. This is Aces football.
In fact, all the results from today's game.
Well, the rain has held.
Course to travel their own path, and when the course is blocked or the path uncertain, there's a friend nearby who can help clear the way with the insurance plan we didn't think we could find, the mortgage we didn't think we could get, the investments we know we need to make. Solution: Union Planters.
We've got a 10-point spread.
Holy mackerel. 3rd and 8. And Drone drops the ball, picks it up, now throws on the run off of Hamill's hands, incomplete. What a play by Drone. He dropped the ball, picked it up on the bounce, fired to Hamill on a crossing pattern. 4th down and 8. Incomplete. And we've now run 50 more plays than Herrin. 78 to 28. What a stat. And just a few weeks ago, it was the exact reverse. Who did we play? They had all the plays. We had none.
Right.
4th down now and 8. And the Aces are going to punt the football one of the few times all year. The first team punts away. Drone back. And the kick under a pretty good rush. It gets down to the wind, rolls out of bounds. Let's see where they're marking it around the 41. So Herrin's got a pretty good start if they can score quickly enough. They're down to 5:16 to go. The Tigers have to put points up in a hurry. Have they used any timeouts yet? I don't believe they have.
No.
So they've got their full complement of timeouts so they can score, and they may need some of those.
And they just need 2 scores here. I mean, they got to have 2 scores. So whether you put it in the end zone or kick the field goal with a gale force wind behind your back.
Yeah, I mean they've got the advantage for that. Looks like they've got the kickers for it. They've got to get at least 1 score across the goal line. 1st down. And it'll be Walker out of the shotgun. And he backs up a couple of steps, throws. Quick pass to Gavick. He's pushed out of bounds by Brewer at the 43.
And you got to think that that's just a little setup there. You know, a lot of coaches, you know, we talk all the time that there's no setup to the next play, the next play, the next play. And I guarantee you this Hall of Fame guy, he's setting things up right here.
2nd down and 7. Now here comes the fleet-footed Kyle Walker checking out to the right side.
That's 180 yards right now in the air for this kid.
Walker back in the shotgun. Uh-oh, Walker falls down, and they threw that way anyway. I don't think the quarterback saw him fall down. Walker slipped out on the turf as he tried to cut in. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Well, he's running a little hitch out there in front of the corner, and again, it's a one-on-one situation. If you go out and you sit down in a flat, and then you get the quick catch, and the cornerback misses, you got a lot of running room there.
Line of scrimmage, the 44-yard line. Now checking out wide to the right side is Michael Rollick.
And look how wide.
Yeah, he is way over here to the sidelines. And out of the shotgun, Walker looks that way. Now here's that little throw-in screen. He's got it. And Doherty stays with him, but he gets away. Now he's slowed up and knocked out of bounds by a flag down on Butler. Late hit again. Late hit on Butler. They're going to say he hit him late. Butler comes out a little hobble. Looks like he might hit him right on the sideline, but they say he was already out of bounds. So what a break for Herrin here. They're going to get 15 yards out of this.
That's exactly what we talked about. They just run out and sit down in front of the corner, and if you miss, you got to have a pretty good pursuit. And that time, he went on the outside release, and Jake just got him as he stepped out of bounds that time. That's going to hurt.
Aces fans go boo, and the officials are marching. Inside the 35 to the 33. Not much of a pass play.
7-yard pass play.
2nd time we've been called for that today. And now the Tigers have a much better start. with a first down now at the Aces 34, and one pump fake now on the fly, looking for Walker, and it is incomplete near the end zone with Doherty on the coverage. Tried to quick strike their way to the end zone there.
Well, we haven't been blitzing on first down at all, Scott, and you know, this kid, that's the second time now on first down in the last 2 drives that they tried to air it out deep on first down. And I think if we can get them into a third down situation in a typical passing situation, you'll see us bring some backers here and do a little stunning.
4 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the game. Aces lead 30-20. Herrin with the ball, second down now, the Aces 34. Walker backs up, has time, fires over the middle, picked off by Butler! Butler on the interception at the 17-yard line. The ball nowhere near the receiver, and Butler there to get it. And of all the guys, he just got flagged for the late hit, and he turns around and gets the ball back as if he single-handedly sought to make amends.
It's not what happened. We led today. It's not what happens to you. It's how you react to it. And Joey, just a big play that time by Jake Butler.
And Butler makes the pickoff, our second of the day. And now 4:50 to go, and Mount Carmel will have the football, and Herrin may have to start wasting timeouts on defense. Aces will line it up first and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 17-yard line. Mount Carmel has a chance to salt this thing away now. Drone, hands off, ball carrier, right side to around the 19 to the 20 perhaps. A tough 2 yards that time for Morris, who's back in the game notably. 2nd and 8. Call it the 19-yard line.
But we were in the last situation, Scott. We went about 4 straight downs on first down and only got 1 or 2 yards, and it keeps putting us in a situation where we end up with this 3rd and long the last 3 times.
4:15 to go in the game. 2nd and a long 8 for the Aces. Flexbone set, drone calls. Hands off, ball carrier pushing across the 25 to the 26. That is Tyler Buss pounding his way near the marker, still about 3 yards shy, and it's 3rd down from there. And a timeout called by Herrin, their first. 3:57 to go in the game. We'll keep it here. The Aces lead 30-20. 72 yards, and it's 30-20. Following the timeout, 3rd down. This would be a big first down for the Aces. And the handoff. Ball carrier pushes. And he stacked up. He didn't make it. It'll be 4th down. See if Herrin stops the clock again. They may let it run this time, knowing they'll get the ball back now. And they will. They will let it run. 3:41 to go. 4th and 2. No gain by Buss. The Tigers are down by 10, though. They have to have a lot of magic now. Tigers 8-2. They avenged one of their losses in the playoffs. They lost to Massac County during the season and got them in the playoffs last week. 33-13.
Now, surely we're just going to draw them off sides here, huh?
Well, you would think. But we'll see. Drone sets the club down. Everybody roars. And timeout because they didn't bite. So the Aces call the timeout.
No, there's a flag.
Oh, flag down, okay. Oh, it was against the Aces. Well,
yeah.
We got a little jittery then, huh? Did he get up, Luke, then try to signal a timeout, though? Was it too late? Okay, I could have sworn that's what he tried in there.
You can see we were trying to get him to bite there. I mean, everybody's pointing up in there. Tyler Buss is yelling from that fullback position, trying to get him to bite. And we had him forward on their toes a couple times, but couldn't get him to come off.
And with 4th down, Aces are all the way back at their own 21. We'll be giving up the football. Well, what do you think, Herrin? Are they going to bring everybody or set up for the return?
Well, you got the wind behind. You know, you're going to be kicking in the wind. You might as well try to come block this.
A stiff wind at that. Drone standing back inside his own 10. 4th down. Here's the snap. Here come the Tigers. Drone gets the kick away. It's high and short, and they'll go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. Maybe upfield of the 35, closer to the 30. And let's see, they'll settle on around the 30-yard line. And that is where Herrin takes over. Well, they need to strike in a hurry. They are down to 2:42 to go in the game. They've used 1 timeout.
Well, this thing ain't over yet now.
They need to score in pronto. They've got Gavick out there. They're going to send Michael Rollop to the right, and Brad Walker will operate out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, backs up. They're in on him. He steps in underneath the pocket, fires for Gavick, throws behind him. Gavick on a crossing pattern. Incomplete, second down. The clock stops, 2:37 left.
We got one quarterback that's thrown 25 times, and the other one's thrown 21 times. If you like an aerial attack, you've enjoyed today's game.
Michael Murphy, the voice of the Herrin Tigers, said, I'll bet there's 55 passes today, and you know what? There still might be before the end of this one. Second down and 10 now. Walker's going to throw on here. Maybe. Here he is. Back, and they're in on him. Johnston's giving chase, and he's running around. Now fires on the run for the end zone, and it is overthrown, intended for Kyle Walker. Actually, threw it out of the end zone as the wind got a hold of it. It's 3rd and 10 now. And we're down at 2:29 to go in the game.
Pass incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down now for the Tigers.
Well, Blake Wichman out here just one-on-one out here in the flat again, and Butler playing that flat's kind of shadowing out here as well in that deep flat.
Walker back on the shotgun, and he uncorks a quick throw to the receiver, and he is brought down at around the 29-yard line. On the catch over there, number Major, number 34. Give him 2, 4th and 8. Butler on the stop for the Aces. Line of scrimmage the 27. He did get out of bounds. 2:22 to go in the game. Aces 30, Herrin 20. Second round of the Class 4A playoffs. Tigers have to score here and get the ball back. The crowd roars now. It's 4th down for the Tigers.
Well, they got to go to McGavick out here, don't they?
Receivers left and right, and out of the shotgun, they're in on him, and the quarterback dropped the ball on the ground, but he didn't drop his knee or arm, so they let him go. He runs and gets the first down.
You know what? He may not have gotten it. He may not have gotten it.
Well, let's see. He kind of was curled back. Let's see what the progress they give him. Herrin signals as if they got it.
He had a lot of daylight in front of him trying to come back.
The clock stops for a measurement with 2:08 to go in the game. But sure looked like he had it. Then suddenly now they signal first down. Oh, here come the chains. Okay. Boy, yeah, you're right.
Boy, he had a ton of running room over there. I don't know where he was headed.
Unless he thought about a pass at the last minute. And they've got it anyway. First down. And that was a scary moment for the Tigers. They did convert, though. So their drive continues. 2:08 to go. Meanwhile, they stop the clock. If the Tigers will get up over the ball, they'll be ready to go as soon as the clock starts. And they are going to do that. So the Tigers will be ready to start right off the bat. They're only 20 yards away from the end zone. They have got to score on this drive something, and they get the ball right back. They've used one timeout. There goes the clock. Quickly, here's Walker on the count. Out of the shotgun. He gets the snap. Throws right side. Pass caught by Gavick. Did he go out of bounds? Yes. And around the 14-yard line. Gavick got out of bounds. A 6-yard pickup.
No, that was 22 that time.
Okay, give it to Rollout. And a gain of 5, second down.
Come on, Aces fans, let's get up here. We can stand up the last 2 minutes of this game, surely. Turn that end zone in down there.
Down to the 15-yard line. 1:55 to go, second down. Mazer in the backfield, but in the shotgun is Walker. He looks to the left and waiting, fires the ball for the end zone, and it's too high. Flag down. Is there a flag down?
Yeah, Ted Knapp.
I think pass interference in the end zone. There might have been holding in there, but the ball was thrown through the end zone. The catchable ball isn't a factor in high school, right?
No.
And it was not catchable, but it is pass interference on Mount Carmel. How many's that? 2 or 3 on us today? 3?
Wow.
That's a big play if the Tigers do something with this call.
Automatic first down.
Yep. They're down to 1:49 to go. They've got to score. They will have the ball at the 10-yard line, right? And it is first and goal. At the 7 is where they mark it down, and here is Walker under center this time.
Ball
fakes. Now he's going to throw. Looking. Now he runs again. fakes a throw, dives for the end zone, looks like he might have made it. Touchdown! Herrin's alive and well in this game. Walker, a great bit of deception. Hitched, stopped, faked the pass, kept running, and then at about the 5 knew he'd make it, which he did. 1:38 to go in the game, 30-26.
Wow. Now this extra point here is big.
A 7-yard run. Well, they've got to just tack on one and hope they get the ball back. And Morris tying his shoes. He doesn't want to make sure his shoes aren't tied for this one. Casey Morris has got that shoe on. His kicking shoe, and he's ready to go. It will be Brad Walker holding. A most important extra point. Wind to his back. Snap, ball down. Kick up right through the middle, and Herrin has gotten within 3.
Well, get your good hands team together for this kickoff, because this is going to be an onside kick here. Let's get ready.
We'll keep it here. 1:38 to go. Aces 30, Herrin 27.
And boy, our friends at Oakview Heights with those extra points, I'm telling you what.
It's the little extras that Oakview Heights provides in their service, and that was a great grab by Rick Johnston, the grab of the day to save the score sheet from tumbling into the air. The air rustling through the press box here.
Well, I'd have been borrowing Ryan Reynolds' stat sheet for the postgame stuff, but that had been gone now.
Well, Herrin has fought back.
Well, here we go.
They've scored the last 13 points of the game. They're within 3, and they have a chance.
All right, so they're trying to decide where they're going to put the tee here. They've got all 10 people to the left side, the west side of the field in front of our home stands. The guy trying to put the tee down is just inside the right hash here then.
30-27. Now Carmel with a 3-point lead. Only the kicker is on the right side of the field.
So you got Buss, Hamill, Witzman. You got the good hand winners. You got Luke Drone, Lee Anderson, Mike Cheeseman, Michael Brewer. Those guys are on the other side.
And the goal here is to grab the ball. Don't do anything with it. Just grab it. All right. It'll be Morris. He will kick it to the right. It bounces high in the air. Didn't make it.
Nice job,
and
Blake.
Blake Witzman pulls it down for the Aces. It didn't make it the yardage necessary. Witzman was 8 yards out when he caught it.
And 8 feet in the air.
Blake Witzman jumped like a 7-footer. And he ends up with that ball. The Aces have the football at the 49. Now the game is not over by any means. Herrin does have 2 timeouts left, right?
That's a stat I don't keep, Scott.
1:38 to go. They wouldn't have much time, and they're also going to try to strip the football as madly as they can. A 3-point ball game. Now Carmel with the ball now. And here is Drone. He hands off. Ball carrier has it. And a timeout called by Herrin. Buss on the carry. Give him 2. To the Herrin 47. Give him 1. 2nd down and 9. Timeout on the field. Let's take a 30. 1:35 to go. Mount Carmel 30. Herrin 27. This is Aces football.
When you were struck, I'm so sorry, with the adventure of driving. The joys of marriage. The pride of home ownership. So now that you've discovered the rewards of a growing young family and you need more life insurance coverage than you can get through work, there's still no one better to talk to than the State Farm agent you've always trusted to care for your car, your home, and you. State Farm is there for life.
Herrin 48, and he keeps it himself. Turns to 45, 44. Gain of 4. Herrin's going to call their last timeout, I think. That'll make it 3rd and 5 now for the Aces. We're down to 1:29 to go in the game. I think that's their last timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 44.
That'll be 3rd down now for the Aces.
And we'll keep it here. So Benton, the Rangers. Well, we heard so much about them preseason. They were ranked in the top 10, then they stumbled a couple times, but they are playing right at the right time of year.
Well, Jeff Roper's done a nice job down there, and he's really got things rolling. He's got a great record on the road. Where's that game at?
Benton.
It's at Benton.
If we win and here and Benton wins, it'll be at Benton next week. We go to Benton. Nice people there in Benton. They do a great job of hosting an event.
The only decision, if you're an Aces fan, is which way do you go? Do you go down? Do you take the interstate or you go the other?
Because I know you're going to go.
Well, we got to finish this game first.
3rd and 5 for the Aces. Drone calls from the Herrin 44. And he will keep himself. Turn it up. He is near the marker, but a great tackle saves the drive. Herrin may get the ball back. It's 4th and 1. And the clock will run now. 1:17 to go. Herrin can't stop it.
Well, with that stiff wind, when you're punting into that stiff wind, we only got a 15-yard punt a while ago. Let's just go for it here.
We might just do that. Aces fans stand. Herrin fans roar. Big moment. 4th down. Clock running. 57 seconds to go. We're going to use every single second. Now, timeout. Just before the clock would have expired. 52 seconds to go. Now we take a timeout. Let's take a 30. Aces lead 30-27. This is Aces football. One game here today, but it could end up all worth it. Now Carmel can survive. What are we going to do, Rick?
Well, we're going to go for it here, and we got our heavy backfield in there. Nope, just a straight. Yeah, we do. Chris Johnson will be in the backfield here, right?
The goal line team in. Johnston, straight T in the backfield. Aces are going to go for it.
Watch number 66. He'll lead the way.
4th and 2. Drone calls. Game is over if we get this. He options. Here's Morris. He's cut down for a loss. Herrin's got the football with 47 seconds left. 4th down, they stopped us. 3-yard loss, and they're only 55 yards away.
Well, we elected to go with the option play that time and trying to catch him off by surprise a little bit. And, boy, the corner came up and made a great tackle that time on Morris.
All right.
Well, this isn't over.
The Tiger fans are jumping. 1st and 10. Herrin can still win this thing. 47 seconds to go. They've got trips to the right side. Receiver left out of the shotgun from the 45. Walker calls. Takes the snap. Rolls to the right. Now fires. Pass incomplete. Off the hands of the short man, Kyle Walker at the 50. He would have had enough running room to gain yards and then go out of bounds, but the pass was too hard, incomplete. Johnston in on Walker, kept him busy. 2nd down. Clock stops. 42 seconds to go. This is the best Herrin could have hoped for, and they've gotten their wish. A chance at the end. They've done a whale of a job to get this close. 2nd down. Trips to the right. Receiver left is Gavin. Out of the shotgun, Walker. Backs up. Aces in on him. And he almost fell down. The ball hit the deck again. He did go down. Now, did the knee go down to the ball? Because he didn't call it a moment ago on the last drive.
And then they got it down at here.
Yeah, the clock is running. 33-yard line. 23 seconds to go. And he will back up 3rd down. He's going to throw the ball. Now he's chased around again. And he runs for his life. He fires. Pass is caught. Or no.
Yeah, no, he's not going to allow back here.
Incomplete. They do not allow the catch on the slide at the 43. And it's 4th down with 10 seconds to go. The officials were way out of position. They all came up calling incomplete, but we had to really make sure, and it took a minute.
Now I think we got that one right, too.
Yeah. Well, it's down to one play for the Tigers. They probably have enough to get a 1st down and get out of bounds, but at the most, they've got only 2 plays left in them today. And they are 66 yards away. 4th down. Trips to the right. Receiver left out of the shotgun. And here is Walker backing up. They're in on him. He throws. Pass is caught by Walker. He's got the 1st down, 50. He needs to get out of bounds and does with 2 seconds left. What a gutsy move by Kyle Walker. 8 seconds off the play. 2 seconds left to go, and how many yards? Oh, he might not have gotten the 1st down. Oh, my, you're right. They're going to measure. He might not have made it. He stepped out of bounds. He thought he made it. He thought he made it. They've got to bring the chains 99% across the field.
They didn't make it.
Oh, my. Don't tell me Walker didn't make
22.
it.
Yeah, Walker, wasn't it?
He was in control. Kyle Walker was. He caught the ball, ran upfield, thought he'd had enough, and went out of bounds. He needed to stop the clock. Oh, my. Did he make it? No! Game over! Aces win! There is one play to go, and the Aces have won the game. 2 seconds left. 30-27. Walker apparently went out of bounds too shy of the marker. And the Aces will move on to the 3rd round. And we do have to take a snap. And then it'll be over. What a game. Mount Carmel will move on at 11-0. And Herrin rallied dramatically to push us to the wire, scoring 13 unanswered points and getting a shot at winning the game. And now the Aces will take a knee, and that'll be that. The Aces win. On to the 3rd round we go. We're either going to Benton or to Newton. We hope to get a final for you. What a game. Aces prevail, beating Herrin 30-27. We're back with the totals and highlights right after this.
Hasn't changed since 1906. In today's banking industry, that's pretty rare. We take pride in expanding our services and products while remaining the friendly hometown bank people prefer. Checking and savings accounts, competitive loan rates, convenient drive-through, 24-hour ATM, a real community bank. Our heritage and commitment are found in you. The First National Bank with locations in Mount Carmel and Allendale. We're here for you. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
16 down if you're Herrin. The best you could hope for was maybe have a shot at the end, and that'll be if they didn't have that shot.
Yeah, you know, we didn't punch it in here when we could have to put them away, but, you know, our kids kept fighting and we pulled out in the end.
Well, we came out and looked very strong at the start with a completely ground-oriented first score.
Yeah, we wanted to be able to, as we talk about all the time this year, we wanted to be able to rev it up and throw it down there in the first quarter, and that's what we did. We kind of lost our focus a little bit in the second quarter, let them back in the ball game a little bit with a couple big plays, but hey, we won, and we're going to the next round.
Was Luke Drone something? I think 1.7 straight pass completions.
Luke Drone, as I told everybody, Luke Drone's Luke Drone. He's a great quarterback, and I wouldn't want another quarterback in the state of Illinois.
And what about your line play, man? They were something. And what about the defensive pressure we put on their quarterback at the close?
Yeah, you know, you got to have that at the end there. And again, you know, our guys sucked it up, made him scramble around, and that's when he's best, when he's scrambling around. I'm thinking, I'm telling the coaches, he's scrambling. They're going, oh my God, this is when something big usually happens to them. But we lucked out and saved the game.
We haven't had a game like this all year. I guess we proved we can win a close one too.
Yeah, we got too used to that business last year, going double overtimes all the time and pulling out a squeaker at Mount Zion. So we couldn't let last year get going up on us.
And a road game for round 3, right?
The way I understand it, Benton, yeah, we'll go down to Benton. You know, great atmosphere down there as well. Playing down in Benton, they're playing well when they need to be playing at the end of the year.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Final 30-27. Oh, there you are. I know you do it some, Pat.
Through the early rounds of the state playoffs. Mount Carmel takes its perfect season and its Saturday record into playoff game at Benton. Darren Peach's team is one of just 8 still practicing in Illinois in the second week of November. They've been putting up some amazing numbers on offense. They average over 400 yards a game. They should have the upper hand this week, even on